Get ready. Champions has arrived. Get ready. Champions has arrived. Get ready. Champions has arrived. Get ready. Champions has arrived.
Sticks to teleport. He's gonna
Hello
try and make
guys.
the play. But a 1v3, it's nigh impossible. And Loud on the cusp now.
Ini udah ada penonton ya guys.
Attempt is going to be made here as Melter is just trying to bait out the position, but even him, it feels like the confidence just was.
Mampus, botak kalah, mampus.
Taking away the map pick of Leviathan. And Loud, these guys have come in with a goal. Determined to try and break that curse, determined to say, we are the best in South
Ente ya,
America.
buat Leviathan ya.
Today, Ben, that was absolutely the case.
Udah penonton.
Loud putting a firm
Dia baru
statement
live,
out
enggak
there
dong.
that this Brazil versus
Oke, kita habis
Latam
live.
rivalry
Baju ganti dulu,
Champions
bentar.
is going to go in their direction. The most successful team from South
Bentar, guys,
America with
ganti
their
baju
grand
dulu.
finals appearance at Masters Reykjavik. They do it again to start in the playoffs. That run at Reykjavik was all the way through the upper bracket. We're going to get an opportunity to see how deep Loud can go on that run.
Whether they can repeat that form all the way back earlier in the year. Vital experience. They've always talked about that as well. Throughout this entire year of 2022, the end goal for this team has been this event right here. Champs 2022.
Always said at every event, it doesn't matter if we win or lose, we are just learning
Weh.
for champs.
Sorry, kita ganti baju dulu ya kan.
In that second seed, facing a rival from their own region.
Kacau duduk di tengah. Iya kah, ada kah sama Wilson kah?
Look like a scrim.
Wah, keren, Jo.
I'm not gonna lie. The way the map picks were going as well, the way that Icebox map almost went before they went on an absolute tear with the comeback. As a reminder, what was it 10-5 on Icebox?
10-5 and then 12-6 on Icebox, and they managed to recover that. And listen, at this point, maybe they didn't even need it because I was all ready to write them off.
Laut mengerikan juga ini tampaknya Laut.
Resounding success. And it felt like the Leviathan were definitely the crowd favorites today, but Loud certainly getting their dues towards the end. The first
FPX
time,
negara mana bro?
the first time
Bentar
they played
gua.
in front of a crowd at a global
Ini
event
Rusia,
like this.
Rusia.
And they are
FPX tuh
all
banyak
smiles.
Rusia guys. Tapi masuknya Eropa ya, EMEA.
To reach the same heights and further that they did earlier in the year at Reykjavik, barreling through that upper bracket. Everything has been leading towards this Champs 2022 for them.
Wow.
And just a moment to think about the other side of things for Leviathan. Just a spectacular performance from King as well. Yeah,
FPX Drx.
The ability there.
Kalau kata Belat sih selalu menyenangkan melihat Drx main ya.
Didn't quite come together at the end of the day, but
Ada nih.
you can vote for the in-zone MVP as well. Who you
Hello?
Sassy, Pankara, Aspas,
Halo, bro.
across the
Apakah kalian mau menonton
Apa abis ini, Bro?
Drx lawan FPX, Cok? Wah.
Konten ya, Bro.
Hah?
Itu si Mon.
Ah.
Si Laut yang Nikeles itu. Anjing lahirnya tahun 2005 ngentot.
Hah?
2005?
17 dong. 17.
Serius lu?
Iya anjing.
Gede banget ya orangnya.
Gila gede-gede banget orangnya.
Bule ya? Ada yang
FPX Drx.
nonton ya, temenin ya.
Iya ya.
Seru sih Drx tuh, menyenangkan banget emang buat ditonton, Cok. Kalau FPX agak ngantuk lah gameplaynya.
Just a bit of a start, a bit of a teaser, I suppose, to the playoffs of Champions 2022. Even more action coming up just after the break, so we'll see you in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere.
Tapi buat orang caster yang berkarir di game PC itu bakal itu aja nggak sih?
Bener itu caster udah dari lama semua itu. Kan ada beberapa yang baru.
Caster game PC.
Iya.
Spec PC. Apakah ada Sugetsu? Bakal menggila kita lihat hari ini. Nah, optik Liquid menang optik lah, Liquid pulang cok, tolol aja.
Oh, optik lah.
Kesel gua, tapi dia pulangin Perex anjing.
Gue denger dari siapa ya, katanya kalau apa Valorant apa Riot apa gitu. Jadi katanya kalau dia bikin event di luar terus tim kita lolos, sampai visa itu dia urusin semua, sampai kita diurusin jadwalnya datangnya ke kedutaan kapan buat ngurus visa gitu.
Emang harus segitu kan, Man?
Iya, tapi rapi banget kan, enak gitu ngebayanginnya, Yan.
Iya.
PC. Lian kenal tuh BGK cok. Ya gue juga kenal cok. Itu kan Asterik kan. Katanya ada Wilson loh. Masih kacau. Ya, makasih di ente, makasih.
Di mana bro? Oh,
Ya.
nonton offline.
Iya, makasih.
Ya, gue pikir lu lagi ngobrol sama viewer.
Iya, gue kira ngobrol sama viewer.
Iya, lu ngomong dong.
Panggil kayak gitu.
Ini gue kasih tahu gitu, katanya ada Wilson loh sama Kaco di sono. Itu maksud gua. Ngomong ke lu
Kurang.
semua.
Kurang, bahasa lu kurang.
Ya kayak mau dibahas apa gitu, kita mau ngerespon apa, bingung kan?
Oh iya kah gitu kek.
Kan barusan oh iya gue gituin.
Badru mana ini cok?
Gue makan kue kok. Makan kue.
Anjing penuh banget tuh mulut tuh.
Gue lagi lihat bos gue main tembak-tembakan. Tiap orang gede ngebang pasti ketangkap mulu. Pubat.
Siapa?
Kodelwin.
Kodelwin.
Apa geng apa sih dia nih?
Hillman. Men.
Iya, kalau Kodelwin ini terus ya, perang terus ya, gengnya hit.
Gue suka nontonnya perang mulu.
Loh, Anang live lagi ya?
Kayaknya.
Gila, ini langsung 5M aja.
Dari tadi.
Lagi itu dia. Lagi subaton katanya.
Dari tadi kan dia subatan.
Iya. Berapa
Masa
subaton?
baton dia?
Subatan
Subaton
ini
dah.
gua bukain.
Mahal sih sebaton dia.
Arah, gue udah bilangin anjing mahal banget.
Salah aja lah ya.
Ini udah offline nih anjir.
Oh, udah off dia.
Hah?
Udah off. 10 menit berapa? 1 menit 10.000.
Nggak tahu deh.
Bro.
Se Lah nggak ada ya videonya.
Ini kan videonya.
Nggak ada. 3 hari lalu terakhir aja lah ya.
Ada, lu buka di video dia nggak muncul. Muncul di awal.
Nggak, di gua 3 hari lalu doang adanya.
Gua ada.
Nah, coba lihat yang mana. Udah habis subatonnya berarti.
Udah. Guys, yang nonton like dulu guys.
Oh, Benny ke IDN katanya.
Oh, lanjut IDN. Gue besok IDN jam 10.
Gua jam 5.
Ngapain ya anjing?
Malam.
Iya,
Jam
Malam
5.
banget, Bang. Tumben.
harusnya gue Kamis. Gue minta pindahin malam udah diisi sama anak-anak.
Cakep banget ya ini ya.
Oh, ini jarang gue lihat bro.
Kemarin udah siapa namanya ya? Siapa namanya?
Yang kiri ini nih, tetap kesukaan gue nih yang kiri.
Baju
Iya.
merah.
Iya.
Yang kiri nih agak sedikit
Hitam,
goyang-goyang gitu nggak sih? Suka goyang-goyang.
Maksudnya?
Gak tau dia kalau ngomong suka goyang-goyang gitu gue liat ya.
Oh emang itu suatu kayak antusias kan jadi rasanya bro. Bawaannya.
Apa tetenya?
Oh.
Bukan, kayak dia nge-hip hop gitu ya. Kan dia baru hari ini pakai baju yang ngejeplak. Biasa kan dia kaosan kan?
Kausan.
Ngejeplak anjing masa.
Lah ngejeplak itu kan?
Iya.
Mana Pablo? Anjing katanya.
Batonnya sekedar funny.
Gue seneng banget sih liat yang cewek itu.
Gas, man.
Iya. Tapi enak gitu loh pembawaannya itu. Yang cewek pakai baju apa kemeja oversize gitu. Enak aja dilihat. Namanya Tacoli lah.
Tacoliin.
Tacoli.
Kirain
Tacoli.
tacoliin.
Coba digantiin ya belakangnya Tacoliin jadi.
Iya.
Ngejeplak anjing.
Oh berarti harusnya Tacolin gitu ya. Tapi i-nya double ya kan? Tacoliin. Akolin. Anjay.
Ini masih muda nih, Cok. Mau segini nih. Lagi lucu-lucunya soalnya.
Udah tua nih.
Tebak umurnya, 23.
25.
Yang kiri,
200.
yang kiri ya muda tuh, Cok.
Siapa namanya sih? Krisi Costanza. Oke, kita
Mana
cek
sih liatnya?
Wikipedia. 1995, 27 anjing.
Anjing tua banget. Yang merah.
Yang merah nggak tahu namanya siapa?
Itu tadi Bang Mon sebut, Cok.
Siapa?
Apa?
Yang merah namanya.
Aduh. Ada di ini, Bro, di Wikipedia ada kok. Baru gue udah ngecek kabar Rian juga kayak gue kasih tahu ke Rian kan.
Iya, apa namanya tapi?
Taco.
Nih,
Taco
gua
apa tadi? Bukan nggak sih?
apa nama apa bro? Nama caster apa nama ini?
Gestar.
Bukan Tacoli. Valorant nih.
You could see there was not that same cohesion that we saw in the other two games. And you talk about improving their haven. I remember back at Reykjavik, that was a struggle for them because of the oppers on the other team. Leslie took that role and really dominated Vol on it.
Well, even though there can only be one MVP that you pick, all of Loud really stepped up here. But let's send it down to the stage where Yinsu is standing by with Sassy for the Verizon post-match interview. thank you very much,
Yin
Chrissy.
Su.
That's why I'm joined by Sassy from
Chrissy
Loud.
ini
Hi,
kayaknya.
Sassy.
Ingat sih.
So
Bukan
good.
Crazy yang tengah.
I
Oh,
was
itu
speaking
baru
to you
ya?
just now and you said to me that
Mana sih,
you
mana sih
haven't
orangnya,
played in
Man?
front of a crowd since,
Yang
like,
yang
2018,
paling kiri ini Yan.
2019
Tadi.
time. And how good does it feel to do that in front of a crowd and put on such a
Kemarin
big
udah kita
performance?
ngecek dia warga negara mana gitu.
First thing that I thought when I started playing competitive on Valorant.
Nggak masuk ya?
Finally. I mean, I couldn't do that in Copenhagen, but you know,
Apa di VLR.gg?
I did it here.
Yeah, this is the most important
Yeah,
tournament
yeah,
for you.
yeah,
I do want to address Copenhagen.
Karena
real
gue
quick
lagi
because
liatin
obviously you
Atun.
did have a chance to maybe play in front of a crowd then. It wasn't the best performance from you guys. So how did you manage to bounce back to get into a position where you are winning dominantly at playoffs?
I mean, honestly, we just use that.
Oh, namanya Mimi Ramcats.
Mimi, warga negara mana?
Amerika.
That Copenhagen thing was like
Mimi Ramcats.
they felt
Ben-
the loss.
19 tahun, 20 tahun.
Optic again, you know, we
Enak banget cara pembawaannya dia enak banget gitu loh.
Lagi lucu-lucunya soalnya.
Yeah, I think that
Pak, lu beda konsep lu.
Lo ngomongnya F gitu.
You might have another chance against Optic.
As we can see.
I mean,
Yeah.
we respect them a lot. So yeah, I think they're a great team. So it's always good to match them.
Let's talk about this game just now because Icebox was crazy. I'm so glad that we got to watch that in front of a crowd. Everyone was going.
Ini Icebox
mad.
ini.
Talk me through what was going through your team's mind and your mind when you started to make that comeback.
You know, I don't really remember a game that we came back like this. Honestly, I'm proud of my team. You know, I feel that's the first time that we came back like this. But like, you know, the gambits it was like 12 to 5. Now it was 12 to 6, and we came back. You know. And it was on Champions as well, so I did it now. So yeah, you know, the word's crazy.
Why do you think you were able to make that comeback?
Iya.
Against a team who has
Lu pengen berak lagi.
dominant as well in the tournament so far.
Belum mulai berak dulu kali ya.
Like me and Sadhack, we
Sok.
have to driz a lot, so yeah, we know.
Titip ya Mon, jagain ya.
So we just
Aman aman.
Bisa aku boker dulu guys.
So yeah, we
Iya,
managed
bacain lah komen lu.
and we got it through with the kids, you know. Yeah, Pancada felt the same. Pancada has a lot of experience as well.
Harap
So, yeah, I think that
suatu
Lian and Masters
saat
just felt
nanti.
comfortable with it. So yeah, we did it.
Talk me through what that partnership is like with Sonar, because you guys have been playing together for a really long time.
Giliran si Liquid ganti nama mainnya bagus gak ada percaya itu Liquid teman tai netizen ya.
Yeah, I mean he's the IG of our team, but I always try to like
Kasihan, Cok,
happen
Liquid, Cok.
rounds for him.
Ya dulu.
I mean, after freeze time, of course, and then he trusts me a lot. So yeah, thank God he trusts me on Icebox and on Haven. I had a really good read on Leviathan, and he followed my calls. He had as well, of course. And then I think that worked together. It's like a really good combo, you know. It's like a guy from Argentina and a guy from Brazil, you know. It's a combo.
Yeah, it's one of the best duos I think we have in the game. I also got to ask about the pistols because you went up against like the pistol demons today. Up until this point, they've been flawless pretty much. So how did it feel for you guys to be able to win a few pistols against them?
Yeah, that's funny because Loud is the team that doesn't win pistols, and Leviathan was the team that always win pistols. So yeah, we did a pretty good job on that. Of course, I think that we won like 2 pistols against them. They won 2 as well. So, but I mean, for us, it's great. It's a big thing. So yeah, it was a pretty good job from our team. So yeah.
And lastly, before I let you go, obviously your opponent, they're about to play. You're about to find out who you're going to play next, Drx or Fpx. Who do you think you're going to face?
I mean, I'm down to Fpx, of course. They are the guys that just won Copenhagen. So yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna win.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Sassy, for joining me. We'll see you in the next stage.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, Sassy thinks that Fpx are going to take this, but we're going to find out soon because they're going to be facing Drx right after this break.
Adik-adik siapa yang pernah berak aspal gara-gara kebanyakan makan karpal? Si Fauzan.
We have to tell everyone that we just switched to Verizon's new Welcome Unlimited plan for just $30.
I've already told everyone.
Wait, did you say Verizon for just $30?
It's their best unlimited price ever.
$30? That's awesome. Yeah, and it's from the most reliable 5G network in America.
For $30 a line, I'm switching now.
Yeah, it's easy. And you get $960 when you switch. switch the whole family.
Wow, I gotta let my buddies know.
We're already here.
The network you want, the price you love, only from Verizon.
Gue sambil baca-bacain komennya Pablo ya, Yan. Dan lain-lain.
Iya ya.
Ya, Pati mana Pati?
Tahu, bye.
Ah. Ya Allah, hilang mulu. Anja, itu yang ditunggu-tunggu sama ini ya si Kate Middleton ya, Yan.
Apa tuh?
Matian Queen Elizabeth.
Ditunggu-tunggu sama dia.
Enggak.
Hah?
Enggak lah. Tapi kira-kira lama gitu gak sih?
Dia jadi ratu ya? Oh, itu yang meninggal. Bagaimana?
Gimana sih aturannya guys? Harusnya dia gak sih silsilahnya? Kan dia istri dari anak pertama kan? Cucu pertama ya?
Ngentot.
Balik cok.
Iya bro, udah kah?
Udah.
Gue baca-bacain komen lu.
Iya kan?
Oh iya. Cepet juga lu, boker.
Cepet cok. Panas pantat gua anjir lah kecepetan berak.
Lu apain lu boker di panas pantat lu?
Kayaknya gua habis makan sambal tadi gua.
Lah, sambal di pantat jadi panas.
Iya cok. Pas keluar panas kali nih pantat gua anjim lah. Gua BNI gua RP. Lu bisa membership gua mon?
Iya, tadi gue baru lihat.
Anjay gak?
Tadi makanya kan bahas
apa?
Membership 5.000 aja bro. Gue aja nyesel tau. Gue mau 5.000 tadi.
Emang iya. Apalah. Paling murah 12.000, 20.000 ini pilihannya?
Ya ada yang 5.000 deh.
Emang iya.
Gue aja nyesel tuh pengen gue 5.000-in.
Bisa tau? Dirubah lagi? Gimana ya caranya? Kayaknya bisa tadi. Gua lihat-lihat. Atau sih ini sih itu yang bikinin. Cok.
Yan, cara bagi ini membership gifting ya kalau lu udah punya membership ya?
Iya. Harusnya iya deh.
Program Tui. Begitu foto. Maka si Veresa. Oh bisa. Wih. Montana emang cowok abang-abangan cowok.
Kemarin Lian bagi-bagi tempat gua tuh.
Oh iya. Nah ini jadi bisa dapat membership dong semuanya. Gua mau story dulu bentar.
Ya ada BNK cok.
Oh nonton dia.
Ini apaan dia di stage itu apa di tempatnya house?
There can only be one three-letter team that ends with an X.
Menganjing bengkai ini cok.
Do we count X in the Battle of X's? We don't count them.
Dia nggak pertama kali loh, pernah juga loh.
Let's talk about this matchup. Drx.
Pas kemarin ya, pas.
Of course, starting with FPX, Benkai, I am so sorry. I'm gonna reopen some wounds here because you're familiar, right, with FPX? Like you know who they are.
I didn't want to relive some of my past traumas today, but here we are. Yep, so they're coming.
Emang caranya ditanda seru klaim, bukan dipencet.
Gue nggak tahu caranya, gue salah ngajarin lagi ke viewer.
They re-innovated themselves from the last time we saw them in such a short amount of time, and I think that's super impressive.
Tanda seru klaim gak ngaruh cok.
Yeah, I think for FPX, it's a team that's constantly reinventing, re-innovating themselves. And I think a lot of people are thinking that we've never had a back-to-back champion. If anyone could do it, it might just be FPX.
And these teams actually have a lot of history, right? They played twice at Copenhagen. FPX knocked Drx out pretty hard once they got Sugetsu on board, but Drx beat them as well. So there's some rivalry here, I think, forming. And I think both teams have spoken about how they love to play
Drx nih cok.
Yeah, and for this Drx team, they've been consistent. 5-6 pretty much every time, twice this year already. But they want something more than that consistency. This is the tournament, the last one of this year, that they're trying to finally break their expectations.
I mean, Benka, you said that FPX, they could go on to do the double. Drx could have a hard time today. But do you think Drx are going to break out of their curse? Can they finish higher than 5th or 6th?
It has to be. This has
Welcome
to be
yang baru join, makasih Montana.
The curse has to be broken. And I think if anything, they definitely have this matchup at least in the bag because it would put them in at least like a 5th to 6th.
Ya kedengeran banget ya, bukan yang Inggris banget gitu.
Just based off
Singlish.
Drx should have this.
Oh, okay. You're starting to sound like Bala when he talks about mech. But if we look at the just the group stage Drx, Bala versus playoffs Drx, there's a considerable difference.
It paints such a different story, right? Group stage Drx always wins their opening match. They always make it out of groups, except last time at Champions, and you can see how it made them making it out this time meant to them. But when it comes to playoffs, it's a different story. You start to have players and figureheads on this team that should be leading the way struggle.
Ini siapa nih? Ardis nih. Ardis juga gila nih, berat banget nih.
So tough.
hard carry banget.
Angi kan?
Apa?
Angi kan?
Angi itu siapa?
Ini dia Ardis ini. Ganti nickname ya?
Emang iya? Enggak lah.
Dulu Angi itu kan, Angie.
Angel.
Angel ya? Apa Angi 1 itu kan?
Iya, bukan cok.
Kamu beda ya?
Bukan ya setahu gua, itu
Oh,
mah
iya,
ada.
beda. Oh, artis ini baru ya?
Iya, pemain baru, ugal-ugalan cok, hard carry.
Ardis dulu bukan segitu kan?
And then they also were
Apa
able
ya?
to win their opening match
Ardis.
to play in that semifinals against Optic twice, basically. So they're able to do it. It's just after that where they start to fall.
But isn't this what we always talk about, though, right? Like, we just believe in them. We just blindly believe in them. And how many times have you been let down, Mimi?
I don't want to talk about that. What I do want to talk about is this time I will not be let down because this team has been looking insane. It looks like they have been so far improved, but honestly, this FPX team on the other side has been looking great as well. Artis in particular has had such a step up this tournament.
Yeah, let's talk about Artis because Bala, this is a huge win condition for the side of FPX. They always has been.
Yeah, I think.
Lihat si Ardis aja ngap cok.
You have seen the team be able to perform without him in some instances. It just
Berat nih Ardisnya hard carry anjir.
This guy is a monster. He shut down the crew kind of resurgence a little bit in that final decider match where he made it out of groups. I mean, I'm looking at this round specifically, the A's to basically close it out. He has rounds in this every single game. So it's basically a given. So calling it a win condition, I think, is a little weird, maybe, because it's often happening over and over.
They technically do win when he does good.
Pangkal, welcome to La Puta Familia.
There's a reason why we have this copium, right, Mimi? There must be some reason why we always believe in
Welcome,
Reasons.
bro.
And the first one is that I feel like they
Anjay.
coming in. I think part of the reason that this team falls off is at 5th to 6th is because
Asli ya kan bang, coba dilihat dulu ada emot-emot lucu-lucu gitu loh.
really fall apart in the playoffs, but they've made a role change heading into this. They've put Buzz back primarily on the dive, and they've kind of pivoted.
Gimana bang di Twitch bang?
A lot more of a flex player. Putting the spotlight on Buzz is such a great idea because this guy.
Kalau udah obeng tapi tetap ini, tetap warnanya biru.
What did you make of these two?
Tapi ada batch lelenya keren ya kan.
Yeah, so playing against FPX specifically, it really made me realize that the core 3 artists we get to in Shao is just they don't really need artists to perform, honestly.
Gila, Bas lebih tinggi dari Ardis aja udah gila ya.
They just make the lives of all the
dulu
other
siapa namanya Blo ya? Kan udah ada orang ini dulu di
experience.
And for you,
oh iya, bukan dia tahu, beda lagi, ada yang di RRQ mirip Mon.
Iya.
I had a pretty hard time
Kamu ada sesuatu juga di Twitch tapi bayar juga.
In terms of just
gas
raw
bang,
aim and
aku
just
sana
fighting
ntar
them
bang.
in duels, FPX gave us a harder time.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with FPX. Artis is a great player. He can be that absolutely massive star in the chamber, but he doesn't have to be. Even when he doesn't perform, this team is still one of the best.
Yeah, I think for sure. FPX has so much up their sleeve. There's strategic depth to them. There's fundamental depth to them. And then, like you said, the 3 core players are so good. I mean, you got the clutch master Shao. You got Sugetsu, who, in my mind, is the player to watch in the entire tournament.
Yeah, he is
Oh,
indeed.
lagi
We've spoken a lot
kalau
about
live kabarin ya bang,
maybe we should
hampir.
hear from the man himself.
Siapa,
Here
bro?
he is breaking
Bang
down
Haikal.
the qualifying win against Crew and this match against
Haikal Harahap.
Yoi. Bengkai jadi coki per dede anjir.
To be honest, we knew what they were going to do. On a sense, our preparation was just unbelievable.
Enggak, ini udah ada dulu, Bro.
Really well, and knew exactly what they were going to do, what their go-to rounds were, what they don't like to do. And honestly, we just hit our shots as well.
Coba kita lihat aja nih dari sini.
Like on Fracture, I think it's still our best map. Yeah, it was nice to do a big play at the end to end on a high. It's really nice.
Artis will drop another. This is unbelievable stuff from Artis and Ace to close out the map.
We haven't seen too much of the Drx, to be honest, because they're not in that group, so we didn't really study them that much. But at the end of the day, we'll watch them and see what's new and what's not new. And then to say to the Drx, shout out to the owner, the Khan. He's a really nice guy. He's a funny guy, and yeah, shout out the owner. And yeah, if you know him, you know him.
Emang Ardis namanya dari dulu, Blo.
Kan gue bilang mau anjing.
Did you understand artists that time? I know a lot of
Dulu
players
ngardis,
struggle
Cok.
with his accent a little
Kata
bit.
lu pemain baru.
Definitely did.
Tadi lu
Especially
yain
what he
anjing.
said about the owner
Lu
of
tai
DRX.
juga lu.
Maksudnya baru join FPX dia loh.
He just makes
Tapi di
he just
Copenhagen
makes drinks
udah ada
appear
dia.
out of nowhere. You could just be you're just chilling there and just one day he's like, oh,
Tuh.
I have a story to tell you.
Dulu sebelumnya dari G2,
a bunch of shots just straight out of his jacket.
G2 terus ke Heretics terus FPX. FPX nih baru 11 April, Cok. Udah lama dong anjing. Wih, map. Wih, makasih Bangkal.
Well, FPX, they found out Haven here. We're looking at two teams maybe both with really
Lian mana?
deep
AFK
map
ya?
pools, so I'm really interested to see which maps we're actually going to get.
Yeah, the question in this one for me is
Teng,
where
teng,
does DRX want to go
teng.
with their bans? I would maybe expect them to get rid of the icebox, considering FPX is a fan.
Map satu apa nih?
They also haven't shown a big willingness
Ah,
to
gua
play
bilang
this.
buy nih.
Will be their first one out.
I think you want
Gak
to
mungkin
kind of
pasti
push
di
it
ban
towards
sih
Breeze
bainnya
given
sama
the
ini.
stomp that FPX took in groups on
Oh,
that
perlu di ban.
because
Iya,
DRX
perlu
showed
bain
a
berarti.
little bit that they have some competency on that map. I don't really see any other place to go.
Paling mainnya Bind Ascent,
It's also gonna be really
kan?
interesting.
Ascent.
Let's go straight for Ascent too.
Ascent has been such a good map for them. I think they're the best Ascent team in the world right now.
Yeah.
They haven't changed much since Copenhagen. That's how good it is. They haven't needed to.
Yeah, Benkai, what are you?
Icebox kali bisa satu lagi.
God, honestly, if Breeze comes up next, Benkai might just leave.
Makasih
He might
Bangkal.
just leave if we
Woi.
see Breeze next. But yeah, what do you make of the map so far? We got Ascent, obviously coming out straight away.
Ascent, yeah. FPX have been looking indomitable on.
Welcome, Perizkia, Tula Puta Familia. Bulan depan bayar ya, beli ya.
No duelist
Let's go.
position last event, but they since changed into it and.
I'm so
Wah,
sorry.
Breeze dia ternyata
It's Breeze.
No.
nggak mau
He's
icebox
gonna
ya.
leave now. He's just gonna leave now.
No. I mean, I would see why DRX would pick Breeze because I would say what FPX have been running, especially with Sugetsu and that Cypher, hasn't really looked as good as it did against us. Maybe because we made FPX look good.
Oke, kalau 10k nggak bisa, 20.000 cok. Parah banget ya. Udah 10.000, yaudah 2 bulan sekali deh subscribe-nya.
I think for FPX,
Nomornya.
I think Breeze is obviously a question mark, and I think you saw the result that they had against Xset.
Lain
But
di
it's not a
ban.
weak map for them at all. They like to go for it.
Yeah,
Lecture.
DRX has a tough choice here now. Bind gone, FPX.
Hah?
It makes sense for
Lecture
them to
di ban.
play. DRX has to choose between two really
Oh, dia
solid
kalah
maps for FPX. You either play the Fracture or the Icebox.
Nah, ya
FPX
kan?
is a
Satu
great
lagi bener kan?
one,
Icebox.
but
Icebox.
I'd rather test
Iya,
out
udah
that
bener.
Icebox. I didn't necessarily expect this one. I thought there was even a chance that DRX
Gua pikir
would
bakalan
win this.
ngepick Icebox
They've
dulu
really
gitu.
not played a lot of Icebox as of late.
Yeah, but it is a map that I think in those series I was mentioning.
Kalau
like
CS
those
dapat
upper
kan, iya
semifinals, they
beda.
use
Gua nggak
the
bisa main
outline,
CS
that
gua.
they're relying on, and they can go the distance. They have struggled to adapt in the mid round because so
Gua demennya
much of
Palo,
their
Bang.
prep is
Belum
their
main kah?
opening rounds.
Baru
Their
main.
idea is
Mana
to
lu?
get these new little plants
Habis
and stuff
telepon.
like that. And we might not see that because I
Main di Surabaya, sama bocil fanatik ya.
Mulai posesif
still,
gua.
that's kind of the thing that they go to because they want to play the strategy.
My question is, do you even think that we're gonna get to map 3 here? I won 3 maps, but looking at Ascent and Breeze, what do you guys make of it?
I think there's a very good chance of a third map here. I think Breeze has been looking really solid for DRX, and I think that is one where you can get your leg up over FPX there. We saw them lose out on to Xset on that map just recently. I like the ideas that FPX shows there, but I think the implementation sometimes on the map hasn't quite been right.
I know you believe in superstitions here, Benkai, but now you've seen the 3 maps. Do you still
Ketat
back
juga ya,
DRX here?
agak sesak lihatnya ya.
I think, yeah, I'm still gonna back them up. I think they're gonna bring in something new in Ascent because
You have to, honestly.
yeah, they're like the OGs of making new plays, right? If you think back all the way back to like a year before these Vision Strikers when they were called that, they were the ones that coined all these crazy aggressive set plays, and I wish that I can see that in SN as well.
Oh, I hope we see that as well. We're going to take a quick break here, but don't go anywhere because DRX and FPX are about to take that stage.
DRX.
After this, you don't want to miss this one.
Benkai map 1 bela DRX sok.
Kena siap Pride.
DRX dong.
Iya sih harus ini sih. Lian juga setuju, Cok. Biar nggak diremehin franchise saya katanya, Cok.
Asia.
Asia iya maksudnya.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bulls gives you wings. Scary. Ya lagunya copyright anjoy. Katanya Januari mau ada lagi mon PMBA.
Lu gas.
Gas ya kan?
Yoi.
Crypto lagi sih, crypto blade lagi 2.
Gas.
Lo ikut kan Yan?
Apa tuh?
Crypto blade mau ikut?
Crypto Blade tuh apa sih, Cok?
Enggak, skip.
Itu game, Bang.
Nobarnya mau, kalau nobar mau ya oke ya masih ya.
Nobar mau lah.
Nobar mau ya. Halo. Apa iya? Crypto blade game, game.
Itu apaan? Itu game atau apa?
Game Cok. Ada ditawarin kan mon game lagi mon?
Ada tapi gak gua ambil kayak bro.
Lu enggak?
Gak bro.
Itu banget ya.
Rusak bro.
Ya sih.
Rusak itu.
Gue mikir ke situ juga loh.
Karena ya, tapi terserah lu kembali ke lu. Kalau gue nggak ambil.
Terus kayak ini gitu. Kurang pas gitu ya kan mon?
Lu mute dulu kalau mau ngomong itu.
Oke. Kayak yang live gue cuma gue ya. Udah nyala, udah nyala. Oh entry. Sugetsu. Korea ini kayak bocah-bocah, Cok. Lihat Ardis sesek dah gua.
Ardis nih yang pakai celana pendek pas final itu gak sih?
Iya.
Oh anjing ya orangnya.
Itu diomelin makanya sekarang.
Angel. Ini bapak nih.
Om.
Tapi Angel itu kayak poin-poin krusial dapat dia loh. Smokernya kan?
Siapa yo? Gua Drx.
Gua Drx bro.
Gua Drx.
Kita semua Drx ini di sini.
Asian Pride.
Wah, Stax ini orang gila, Cok, sumpah. Bantingannya orang gila ini. Nontonin dia orang gila, Cok.
Ipan nih suka ada aja kelakuan.
Nah, nggak di announce kaptennya? Oh, nggak, belum. Ini coachnya.
Anjay, simple banget ya pakainya, keren banget sih anjing.
Rata-rata coach Korea begitu tuh, semua game
keren banget ya.
Kaos putih jas.
Gila ya, gila banget ya.
Ini tapi kelihatannya udah elit kan, cuma gitu doang.
Muka dia yang buat elit, Cok. Jadi semua style
enggak, kalau style itu beda.
This is it, it's the battle of the X's. It's
Lu
time
lihat
to
aja
find
artis
out
Korea yang
which
jelek-jelek aja, yang komedian tuh keren banget pakainya.
Tapi Mon, gue mau beli sepatu Mon.
Terus kenapa?
Beli sepatu di mana ya? Gue mau beli Yeezy gitu yang murah, yang bagus.
Lo gak punya sneaker, lo sepatu bapak-bapak mulu, LP lo.
Makanya gue butuh satu dah Mon, serius at least.
Sepatu ini yang selop gitu tuh, yang selop masuk. Ada tulisan LV gitu yang kulit-kulit itu.
Oh enggak, crocodile, Cok.
Bapak gue anjing.
LV, Gucci, gitu-gitu gua. Gua gak punya sneaker, Cok.
Beli ini Bang Pablo, Yeezy kayaknya lu cocok.
Iya, gua mau beli Yeezy makanya. Ah, sawer
Bro,
dulu.
kalau mau rame lu Jordan jadi diliatin. Apaan sih gak cocok?
Ah, nggak mau, gue nggak demen, gue dikasih juga nggak mau pakai, gue bener Jordan tuh. Nggak demen gue mon, bener.
Tapi lu Jordan yang pendek cocok lu karena lu tinggi.
Mana cobain dulu dong.
Belilah.
Jordan enggak lah, mending easy lah. Apa? Kaki gua 42, 43.
Masa gua aja 41 anjing.
Banget bangke.
Nah, lu 41.
41, tae iye.
Kaki lu kecil lah anjing, gua 43 lo, bener lo.
Lah tadi
Lu aja jauh lebih tinggi daripada gua.
Enggak, lu 44 kayaknya deh, 45.
Enggak, 9 US 9 kok.
Enggak ada yang terima, dia kecil kan ukurannya.
Iya anjing.
Tapi emang enggak mungkin, Bro. Lu tadi bilang 42 awalnya.
Kalau nggak 42, 43 tergantung sepatunya. Kadang ada yang 42 dan 43 gitu. Kan dia ukurannya kan 42,3 terus 42,7. Gitu kan? 8,5 sama 9 tuh gue antara 8,5 kalau nggak 9.
Rame yang nonton ya.
Penuh, Cok. Bayar kan? Nih.
Tadi match 1 sepi ya?
Rasain.
Gua ingetnya dia muka ini tapi namanya Ange tuh.
Kan, Ange itu namanya.
has been the same core, I think. A lot of teams are having struggles to actually make a new core where there's something different in terms of like a breach or something like that, because it's always the double initiator with the KO, and then there's the jet or chamber or whatever it might be, and sometimes you'll throw in that sage. For Drx, it's
chamber.
Looks like it's gonna be the same.
Yeah, we're into the Prime Gaming agent select, as you guys can see, and it doesn't look like either side have actually wanted to make any changes.
Sugetsu nggak main ini. Nggak main Killjoy. Asen.
Itu Reina ya, Bro?
Pade.
Ketukar mulu.
Welcome Digits. Digits semana aja, Cok, nggak pernah ngechat, Cok, nggak pernah masuk. Welcome to Laputa. Lele.
Mohon maaf lu.
Terfamil.
Nggak ada turnamen pakai Reina. Remein Reina dia.
Welcome.
Remein Reina banget Pak Badru.
Kalau di turni kayaknya iya deh, Mon.
Mana ada, Cok?
Pasti dipakai yang lebih ini sih, yang lebih aktif.
Lu meta aja ntar kalau udah kalau di bawah dipakai kan pasti.
Soalnya skillnya tuh individu banget, cowok.
Iya, skillnya individu banget.
Tapi Reina tuh enak loh, dia 5 kali, 5 doang loh.
Going to be leading the charge. He has to have that same sort of impact he had throughout group stage if they want to take FPX's best map here.
Yeah, the pressure is on Buzz, but it's been taken off RB in a way.
Kalau
He
buat
gets to play the KO on this map.
buat
It's been a
ngeblend
world
doang,
that's
Bang.
solid for him. He's good on
Tapi
that
Jet tuh nggak
Corsair,
worth
being
it
that kind of
anjir.
second entry
Mending Reina sih. Nggak sih, dia gara-garanya ini si Reina tuh.
Jet bisa buy time.
Iya. Lainnya Reina tuh nggak kayak dulu. Sekarang tuh kalau makin jauh lu makin bisa lihat, ya kan?
Karena dinner kan.
Dulu itu ngehilnya bisa 5 kali anjing. Sekarang kan
Uti, halo Uti.
Wah, Turki ya?
Iya, Cok. Manis juga ya.
I'm a fan of it. I like teams moving away from the chamber.
Turki
I
jarang
think
ada produk
when we
gagal.
were make that quote. We have Durka. It's the only reason we stuck by this agent. If you have a team that can be flexible, you should be flexible, and Drx has been doing that.
I'm excited to see Jet come back in the meta. Obviously, we're not seeing artists play it this time. We saw it a little bit, but this one is going to be Buzz all day, and I'm really a big fan of the Jet.
Oh, well, thank you very much, guys, for your input. It's time for us to throw this over to your casters for this series. It's
Drx
Hansi
ini
and
12-0.
Hai.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wonderful having Benko on the desk. Incredible work to come in with. But Mike, let's kind of start very top level on this great game here.
Udah tahu.
Overall expectations.
Ini yang kanan mantan pro player PUBG ya nih.
Oh iya. Tapi keren banget ya Nek. Mau dia gemuk juga keren orangnya anjingnya tuh.
Iya.
Babi.
Kita gemuk bantet, Mon. Dia tinggi, Mon.
Asli. Lihat ya. Gemuknya tuh gemuknya cocok kayak mukanya tuh, brewoknya, tatonya.
Kayak Sekai.
Anjir, iya. Kayak tuh kalau tambah tato, wah, gahar sih.
FPX mata lo, Drx ini Drx, Cok.
getting this started.
Mon, gua udah bikin media ini milestone.
Task for DRx. I mean,
Buat beli sepatu biar nggak kayak bapak-bapak. Mau beli Easy lah.
we're getting tired of saying it,
Pablo
waiting to see
anjing.
it come
Nah,
through.
mau beli Easy guys biar nggak kayak bapak-bapak
Let's
guys.
really drill into this map. And
Tolonglah.
let's get started. I want you to tell me the win conditions for both sides here. What are you looking
Kemarin
out for as this game
antigen dia minta
progresses
lu ke
as we are now
Dapat
underway?
Mon,
So we can get this
bisa
one
sampai
kicked
PCR.
off with FPX on the attacking side, and of course that then means DRx will be on the defending side.
Ada ininya cok, seru banget.
Sekarang mah murah dulu, PCR mahal banget.
Buzz's going to be forced off this angle, and actually
Iya,
the straight
anjir.
to market stacks.
1
Actually
koma.
does get to the door and close it, but it's going to be broken immediately.
Oh, the pace on FPX here is blistering straight on in. No rest at all. Buzz going to be forced a little further away towards the stairs. Gets great contact. Good shot towards Angel. And gets to go back. DRx put up the wall.
This is
Absolutely
fucking
no one
DRx,
getting
bro.
towards the site anymore. Shao and Artist left alive. 5 more to find.
Aduh aim bos.
Not fun at
Cok,
all
dia
for
juara,
FPX
Cok.
after trying to be confident, trying to be bullish in the first round. Spike might be only brought back to hand.
Korea nih
One
bos.
bullet to play with there. And he doesn't even have to use it yet. That's the first foul. 2v4. This would be devastating in a missed call or something. A little bit of a awkward timing, but it is now Shao in a 1v4.
I think Artis even caught off guard there. Stacks seal the deal. Great adjustment from DRx there. Buzz going huge.
Emean nih tuan rumah nih FPX nih jatuhnya nih.
Fantastic work from him. But interesting to see FPX.
Nah,
almost-
1-0 aja
I mean, you watch back the Crew series, and I almost feel that that's the first time we've seen FPX truly play with no respect, right? The pacing was all very different. Some of the, the stylistic changes we saw them adapt to was almost like
Anjir
solo
kapitalis
efforts
bener
here
lu
and
bro.
there.
Lah biar nggak kayak
FPX
bapak-bapak
usually, it's
cok.
all about
Ayo guys
structure,
dibantu
it's all about
guys.
defaulting on the attack, and it's all about information gathering early on in these halves.
We talk about confidence here for DRx. We know that they've been struggling when they get to the later stages in tournaments. This is certainly a confidence booster for Buzz as well. Sitting on the jet straight up to the Phantom. Have a light armor to supplement it. Bulldog here for Zest. And we see what FPX do now. Testing that early war towards middle really paid no reward.
Udah lari, kelihatan.
Would have
Bahaya nih Ardis nih.
poke here from FPX, but Buzz this time around, same position from the pistol round, playing very deep. Just awaiting this. Does have Zest in market as well. The drone's actually going to come through. Should catch 1 or 2 of these players on short. Getsu, the only one to actually be confirmed here. Despite not committed just yet, so FPX almost just trying to bait out a peek somewhere on the map.
Craving it.
Simple
FPX
semua
now
ya.
taking that space once again towards middle. Far different tempo to this though. Looking for opportunity. Spike just about being collected again. That's in hands of Zipan. And Angel.
Ya sebenarnya gitu-gitu aja sih.
But the swing's actually quite nicely timed there. Zest is the one to deal the real damage, taking out Artist.
9 HP tagged on the way back through. Recon Bolt going to slow things down as well, but 2 towards main and 2 in market here, Lauren.
The fact that Stacks is on site as well. So you knew he'd bail him out. The pressure comes in. Mouse will jump a little unfortunate. But let's see if there's any more damage to come through with these Sheriffs. You have 2 left here. One with Sugetsu, one with Angel. Zest does need to play his life. It needs to be a little bit cautious. Can't overpeak. Don't want to start losing out on players.
Needs to be Buzz to bear the brunt of this, but time now beginning to expire, and actually Buzz does well with the cloud burst in quite a second as well. 2 off the Blade Storm.
Headshot. Boom, headshot.
Survive here, and Marco, whether or not he's going to be able to retrieve the weapon, I don't think.
Ini
actually
12-0 nggak sih?
Okay.
13 lah.
Actually, brilliant to come into this round 3.
First half.
Buzz's early ult progression, obviously got that rifle on nice and early.
Lihat nih menang bonus gak? Tapi mereka semuanya ini bisa menang loh ini.
Also, saw Marco
Ke
just
defense,
toying
bro.
with the
Di-
idea
kalau-
of a judge as well.
Lu menang 2-0 awal dan posisi lu defense enak banget tuh.
Tapi Makonya nggak mau baik.
Ngapain?
Gak apa-apa.
3, maybe 4.
Dia udah season 0 soalnya tuh.
Position here, and it's Zest to hold down the fort on B side.
We've seen a lot of FPX kind of testing middle now at varying tempos. We've seen that kind of lean through market towards B, and it's not really found as
Kebab
much success as they'd like. So I'm kind of interested to see where they now try and tailor this towards if they go back again
Kebab
towards
mon,
this.
This is one thing Benkai
Eh,
talked
gua
about,
pesan
right? It's
ini,
identifying where
kasih
these
kecap
players are
telur.
playing, and this time around,
Waduh.
it's a full 15-20
Pakai
seconds
telur
ahead when
dadar,
they come and
2
try and
biji.
force Buzz a little
Udah itu
deeper.
enak tuh anjing.
Maybe even draw a rotation now, which is unconfirmed.
Itu gua
yet.
ada
The stats
abon
actually
ini kan,
utility,
abon
so
sapi kan di kos.
should be noting that now as FPX look to collapse onto A side.
Walking a little into the unknown though, haven't really got too much, and the rotations are perfect from Buzz here. Gonna fill this. Again, the one way's great, gets to be able to dip out as well.
Well, that spam damage onto Angel.
Oh, quick adjustment though.
Cok.
This isn't bad. I like this. Straight back up the guts, straight through. They've tried to pull rotations to be dedicated towards A, and then quickly turn and look towards the B site. Now, bear in mind, it's not just one on the site. You do have stacks towards CT, going to slow down the pace. Denies Sugetsu. Sees comes in. Don't think it finds exactly what he wanted. So they should still have passage to site, but it's certainly not safe. As DRX going to find 3 of them. This is perfect work from DRX and FPX. They're scratching their heads. Ardis and Shao don't have step here. Spikes down by logs. It couldn't be worse.
And Buzz actually holding his first angle as well. Come through Anti. Ardis good for the first. Shao will find the second kill into RB. Now finds himself in a 1v3 at the
ruangannya terlalu ini ya. Jelek banget ya suaranya.
They just need to not give him chance, and that's really excellent work from DRX. Talk me through that round, because I feel like FPX were trying to toy with a couple of ideas, and then the adjustment late round was very interesting.
I mean, the idea is perfect, right? And as soon as that wall goes up, you're almost expecting the pop to come through. You know, it's actually Zest is actually suppressed by that knife. And there's a window of opportunity when that smoke
Drx.
This is exactly the moment I'm talking about. Stax actually swings through that smoke with the Spectre to try and bail Zest out. It comes through at the perfect time, and it's on contact from main. It's really, really well played, but you can't fault the idea of FPX. Like I said, they're pushing and poking much earlier now in mid. It's just that reaction was a little lacking when they drift away from shore.
I do feel as though this would be one of those fantastic games to watch from, you know, an in-game leader perspective, a mid-round call perspective, strategic element.
Match.
It is. It really is between these two. And even with that in mind, you know, these were some of the early architects of Valorant, you know, coming with some of the most out there strategies, or the most refined at times, to varying degrees of success. Obviously, FPX hitting their stride now.
Well, 2 teams that literally have established their foundation as heavy default teams, right? It's all about mind games. It's all about information. It's very, very rare we see these teams hard gamble. I was going to feel a little bit of this heat on shore.
I love how omnipresent Buzz feels currently as well.
Everywhere.
He's been in mid, he's been supporting on B, he's now over towards short on A. He's absolutely everywhere. So again, FPX not finding that entry point they need. Now you can see a little bit of work coming out from Ardis here. Going to pop himself up towards market, and I wonder if they're going to try and activate him late, potentially punish a rotation or something here. But DRX have been on the money. They haven't been overzealous, they haven't been overly chomping at the bit, but FPX now are at least going to take over shore control. This does give them some access to the site, but there's still 2 players there. RB going to find Zip out, but the entry was made, and Shao is the one to do it. Does trade his life for it. Marco on the site. Spike now lost, and it's all on Ardis. Already predicted, but he does get Buzz down, and that's a rifle to hand. Hold on, 25 seconds pass to work with. What does he have to do now? Can he find one of these 2 kills? You can see DRX freezing here. He gets a little bit of play towards hell. Notes nothing so far. They're running that clock down. It's their best friend currently. He's doing everything he can, and DRX, good spacing, great discipline. DRX looking great, Mike.
No, Marco not even peeking off that drop. There's a window there where Ardis definitely doesn't feel comfortable to do so. But Marco plays his life perfectly there. Holds his nerves, sticks behind Jet, and waits for that rotation to come through. Stax was actually shift walking all the way up short.
And we did want to talk about maybe the in-game leading style a little later in this game, especially with DRX. I'd love to touch back on that if it becomes a topic. But right now they are rolling. This is a great, great start for DRX. Operator out on deck for Buzz, and a lot of intent shown towards this B site at the start here.
Sort of force popped as well. The smokes go up, and actually look how quickly Buzz is here. That knife, I'm not even sure how many that's detected, but definitely ripped the tour de force away for the time being. And Ardis being noted on the back of that. Expect DRX to slip into a more passive setup here.
I even like the position. I actually quite like what Marco's even doing. Towards Wine. Able to play this super deep, doesn't get stressed too early on. Buzz does need to notice. There it is, shot. Good connection for Buzz, and gets to keep his life. No trades available, and no entry points for FPX yet. There's the trade. Finally, Ardis going to draw blood. That's what you need. Find a way through, and now divides them to a site.
Zest is the next on the chopping block here. To get picked up in the previous round by Ardis in that lurk. So around they're facing off opposite sides of the wall here.
And the Prowler just went through on B main, so they might be getting a little bit out of timing with this one. FPX are just a second away. Now they got Ardis. Stunner! Huge shot for Ardis there. Massive impact already.
Actually, Ardis just breaking the wall there, the door, sorry, but gives up the angle just as Stack swings on it.
Have they cleared Stacks yet properly? Now they will, but he's still standing.
Big kill.
Takes down Ardis. Just getting back on. Quick horn towards main. Does he now try and springboard off this? No one noted. He could maybe identify they're all on site here. Now, of course, he had none of the sound cues as they were coming in, so wasn't fully aware of this. Now he's going to do the same to them. Nightfall ready, and it's about to get dark. Sugetsu, all options limited. Flash goes in, RB, who's out of it. Oh my god! It's DRx on the playback through, and Shao can't do it this time. Diffuse comes in, and who is this DRx?
Totally caught off guard there. They have so many different things.
Tiga lawan 4 dong.
Apaan sih lo terus?
Kan tadi ada itunya Nightfall-nya anjing.
Know when that pinch is coming through from lane. Beautiful retake from DRx and
Baik juga,
Stacks worth his
Tadi itunya ini sih Xiaonya sabun sih.
He's the one to deal with
Sama-sama buta ya.
Like I said, the timing was just off the first time. RB felt like he was blind for an eternity there. Still gets that kill to Sugetsu.
Tapi FPX kan emang biasa match 1 kalah.
This is the one where DRx really want to dig their heels in.
Nah, ini 2 match kalah dia.
Get a buy or two in hand now with a 5-0 score.
Baru round 5.
Montana udah sampai 2 map ke depan ya.
Do we, let's kind of address this then. Do you think that FPX have found anything to work with from DRx so far? Is there any avenues for focus? Artist had a little bit of success in that round.
Seru banget kali ya Drx sama Pepperx ya, tapi kalau sedisiplinnya Drx ya rata sih Pepperx.
Kalah kan kemarin kan? Sugetsu.
Yang paling menarik itu sebenarnya komentar guys ya. Kita lihat tarik lagi live.
Thing is, DRx now, they're not the sort of team
Iklan
that
lagi
slip, right? You don't necessarily get away with those things 2 or 3 times in a row. So I'm looking for FPX to react a little quicker now, especially with Buzz on the map with this operator. They need to identify where he is and find a pinch point elsewhere.
What? Ardis beli OP?
Interesting thing being, I was talking about
karena dia
this being the
duitnya beda
round the
jauh ya
operator
sama
comes
lain.
into play. If Buzz just starts
Apakah
floating
bijak
now,
tapi?
talking about how active he is through the mid round. If he's
Well,
active
masih
within
di
the early
atas
round now, a
masih
couple of different
1000.
angles,
Kan lain sih ngiritnya segitu emang.
Harder to pin down. He's starting to feel a little confident. Hard to be though against someone like Artist, who is very much towards the top end of the scale.
Artist has got an operator.
He certainly does, and he'd love to be
Oh,
able to
Artist
get a
kalau
chance
mati
to
abisnya
pick
bisa
up.
sniper lagi.
Kelihatan tuh cara itunya.
He got triple pinged.
Buzz didn't pull the trigger on it either. How is Artist alive? And I think he just got spotted. Yeah, going in towards Rosa, but Buzz needs to back away now. There's too many bodies here, and Artist is the bravest man I've ever seen. Or maybe luckiest, I don't know. So much information found here for Zest. Didn't quite get to note the players still over towards that B side.
Was that almost like the 3000 IQ bait? Was Angel actually out of line of sight of that dart trying to bait the peak
Someone
of the
was top
triple?
mid. I swear someone was top mid waiting.
Ridiculous.
Look at this guy. As said, you thought you saw him top mid. Well, that might as well have been 2 weeks ago. He's already wrapped back around, reading the intention perfectly of what FPX want to achieve. And that's already Artist gone, who's meant to be the tin opener to this round, to pry it open. Buzz doubling down, careful now, Buzz.
He's feeling it.
He is. The temptation was calling. Man, if we get group stage performance DRx here in potentially playoff territory, this is going to be big. But never right out FPX. My God, it's Shao, it's Sip, and it's all the greats here. Angel still doing damage, but Buzz on an absolute tear.
Harum banget anjing.
Gila.
Tenang banget ya.
Wrong right now, Lauren.
Kita butuh facecam sih.
A total fumble.
Lo mau facecam?
Bukan facecamnya mereka. Bukan lu.
Just beautifully done.
The game just feels perfect to him. He's got that hot hand in the game now. Everything makes sense.
These are the sort of players
Geter nggak? Enggak ya?
feeling good about the first few rounds. Like you
Nih yang
said,
teriak-teriak ini pendukungnya NE gak sih?
Everywhere, you can't escape.
NA lah,
It's just a
iyalah.
smothering feeling, and now if he starts getting more aggressive, like you noted, we could see this time in
Gak
top
make
10.
sense,
Hard to
Cok.
achieve this, though. It's still FPX, but this time Desire's turn towards that A side. They're going to note Marco very early on. This is still going to be dangerous, but quick utility invested to someone
Bener-bener Korean Jet ya, guys ya.
approach. Did not note the player on short then either.
Dan Korean Jet terkenal banget kan dulu ininya.
Awal-awal
Awal-awal Valorant.
Ya iya dia yang pakai juga emang.
Bukan dia.
Oh, bukan dia.
Bukan dia kan? Siapa ya dulu yang yang terkenal tuh ya? Oh, Soldam, bener. Oh, jago sih dia.
Looks for the TP, but information gathered. FPX can't really make a move on this until Artis has found something.
And he's been threatening from short for a while, but Stacks has thrown caution to the wind. When do they go on this?
Gak berani masuk.
Again,
Oh, lihat
Artist
tuh
is in for a
disiplinnya
1v1, but he
si
holds
Jet tuh
it.
Yan, nggak
Holds his
terlalu
nerve
jauh tuh.
perfectly. That's Artist that you want to be seeing. Still finding
Holding.
value, but Here, this time Buzz, I think a little
Terus,
late to the
terus,
party.
terus.
Not be able to know anything for the back to push out on A. Now again, bit of a trade coming through. Favorable numbers to FPX. This could be the time. There's the res as well. They want all 5 standing, and maybe rightly so. Mark will give them a little
Nggak nge-pick lagi ya, nggak nge-pick lagi dia.
The gap close comes in.
Itu
Great
bagus tuh
work from
nice move
Xiao.
tuh dari.
Pins him down and
Aduh, nggak nyampe tuh mouse pad tuh.
If he has
Itu
to do it
nice move dari Xiao
single-handedly,
sih
he bloody
tadi
well
barusan.
will.
Beradu kalah
Like,
masih.
surely.
Ya satu. Wah, Xiao udah panas cowok.
Ini sama paling jago nih. Hati-hati nih.
Squeeze one.
Suka clutch ya dia.
Iya.
Actually, even so, like I said, in
Sangat
terms of that
soalnya
early
sih.
exchange, it's actually Drx that comes out on
This
top of
pakai
it.
this,
That
OP this
nice slowing things down initially. That rotation slowly comes through. That's all on the back of Buzz being the one pushed in B main.
Jadi kenapa yang ujung sana ya? Nggak ada yang pakai atas ya?
Nggak dapat kayaknya gerak mouse-nya.
He absolutely did. Between Xiao and Artis in that round, that was almost heroic levels of
Men
input
ya, Cok,
to get him on the
sabun.
board, 6-1. And you just got to do that a couple more times. Buzz still on 13-4 if you stop counting. And look at the stacking of DRX. Not going to be noted on the knife either, but the operator still going to be giving away the game.
That's a good flash.
Forced
Gila,
away. Nightfall going through as well. Wall goes up.
Dia
the
tahu
other
loh,
area. They
3B
do not know
makanya
about
masih
this,
mau
but are
digas.
safe from it so far. Zest going to have a little look back in, and DRX quick to work.
Hey.
Oh, and the
Wih,
timing!
anjing.
The
Nice
timing
cover,
is
anjing.
Keren.
unfathomable. Now Zest does find one, but it's all
dapat
positive
masih.
work for FPX until now. Stack's still on the site.
Wah,
Spike
anjing,
now
bisa
dropped
menang
a
dong.
great trade
Udah
for
kena ding.
Sugetsu, who made his way on towards the site itself. Now it's on
Lo CROSSHAIR
Marco
udah
in this
terbang loh itu.
1v2.
Clutch McD.
Full there. Has to deal with the door, so
Ayo Mako, gas.
Sugetsu will post up backside. Expect them to play this one pretty safely, and actually the
Mako.
one-way guard, I'm going to make things very difficult. Marco tries to counter with a smoke of his own.
I like that. Okay, back and forth.
Lah.
Spoke about it being a bit of a chess match between these two. Certainly looking like it, but the back of Boathouse is just filled with players
Cok.
to get to an Angel.
Pinter
Make this
banget
hard
dia,
work.
Cok.
Just a little bit to play with here, but the time's starting to dwindle. Has to make his move now.
Eh,
He's got it
pinter
close,
banget,
but
anjing.
close ain't enough.
Wah.
FPX
Anjing.
stabilizing a little now.
Ente.
Michael, is this then
Makasih
finding the
Mama
way
udah
forward?
join.
I mean, this is a much pacier start, and I think this almost, I was saying,
Welcome,
we rarely
Rani.
see these teams gamble.
Wah.
I think they're actually
Join La
relying
Puta.
on figuring out where Buzz is immediately, and actually on the back of the
Gila,
information.
trade-trade sih
they know
sebenarnya
it's three
oke ya.
players, right? Buzz doesn't get tagged by the knife.
No,
The
but
suppress goes
yep.
onto the other two. He shows the operator, and FPX, all they do is on the back of that, they just
Pakai
pop
prime,
Buzz,
Cok.
and they look to
Eh,
burst through.
FX nih, Cok.
The absolute confidence play coming out of FPX, looking to really
Chill,
actually
meh, chill.
rattle
6-2, bro.
DRX on the defense here.
It's done exactly that. They've
Well,
pulled
I mean,
the plug.
it's-
They've hit the timeout.
It's actually a frustrating thing to see now with a
Makan
6-2
semuanya.
scoreline, with how dominant it
Ayo,
is to see actually the economy was sat here on the side of
Oh,
DRX.
6-2.
Yes, they can fathom.
Udah sembuh, udah negatif kok.
I think that early lead, it's
Tapi antigen
not
sih
reflected in terms of the final.
hari Selasa katanya baru mau. Jar.
Now, we did wanna
Sekarang enak
discuss
tuh bro,
the
ngetes
leadership
gitu
and
murah.
how currently, or
Dulu
at least
pertama
was,
kali
should
gua
I say,
covid
during the
1,8 sekali ngetes anjing.
Iya anjir, sekarang
Terus
200.
per 3 hari gua harus wajib tes.
I want to see them be quite. Normally, I'm very much happy to see
Covid,
whatever, right? But I want them to be relatively frugal with this because
Ini
they have to
obat
make
gue yang mahal nih, vitamin
They
anjing.
do, and I actually had the
Right time for it, but-
yeah, I actually had the benefit of having a chat with Stacks. He was saying actually it was from the side of the mental game and just allowing people
Dulu
to
juga obat mahal,
reset,
bro.
making sure everybody's
Ya,
on the same
itu.
page.
Lebih
So
mahal
the
lagi
reason
dua
we
obat.
saw some unorthodox ones the
Kalau
other day.
Yep.
I'm
5
fine
hari
with
mau
this
4
here
juta, Cok.
with how this has started. I think
Absolutely.
DRX are maybe now feeling as if FPX are going to make a massive adjustment to really address some of these attacking rounds.
Wah, per
sorry.
sebulan, bro.
See if there's
This
a
is
plan in mind.
necessarily the one that
Bagus masih hidup Montana, Cok.
Iya.
at least
Mahal,
FPX
Cok.
stacked up some kind of
Zaman yang itu kan lu kan awal-awal.
5-match mission files.
Buzz to be forced away early.
Wah, Aris
Ada.
dah.
So that was the first kind of contact that potentially DRX could have done some chip damage with, but this is good from FPX. Clearing through middle.
Push ya.
Actually, not pop flashing through, just swinging it at this
Kok
point.
mereka?
And stepping pretty comfortably towards the B site. Again, we've already seen the two of the players who were posted a little deeper, that one being Buzz initially towards middle and slipped towards the stairs. So already kind of falling away, having to respect the amount of ground gained by FPX here, but Buzz looking like he wants to maybe double dip. Now, that's pretty dangerous. Coming on the flash. Actually not bad for RB, so attention got pulled and Zest found Zipan. Okay, we're in a 3v3. Now, again,
Jadi 3 lawan
weaponry
3.
armor, the lot, but standing out of the woods with RB with a Phantom.
Making that hero rifle work for the time being. Zest will actually get confirmation on 2, I think, with where that shot came from. Smoke will go up. All invested by Sugetsu, but a great gravity well just outside it.
We've seen him, there's
Oh my
such a
God.
chance. This slips between his fingertips, that could have been something, but now it's nothing. I'll be overwhelmed. And FPX playing together as a pack. Prowling through this one, and Zest left to rot at the back of the site, 20 seconds. Spikes on the way towards A. There's no messing around, FPX are in full form now.
Still back within 3 rounds now, but
Habisnya mulai panas, guys.
Lo nggak bisa member nih gimana ya? Yes. Bisa
last few
bro.
rounds now, you actually look at the financial position FPX find themselves in.
Kalau pakai iPhone nggak bisa membership lah. Lu pakai apa tadi Mon? Membership?
Team stabilizing the economy.
Dari browser?
Oh dari browser iya.
Bisa kok, harusnya.
Dari Safari nggak bisa.
Definitely slowed
Oh
down
iya,
a
Mon.
little bit there. FPX seem to have a better grasp. But looking like we might see a flash over the top here. Maybe that's why we see the Phantom.
There's a deep flash. And there goes Buzz.
Wow.
Oh, they're so ready for it though. But it's not just Buzz. There's Zest here. There's so many more, but they miss it. They absolutely flop their lines. And FPX refute all of their aggression. Send them back. And now it's Marco. Left towards
Karena Drx kemarin udah pakai nih kayak gini nih.
Feels inevitable, and it is Angel too sharp with it.
And so we talk about the strength of these early rounds from
Tapi emang
FPX.
Emea
A great read from Angel. I'm not sure actually if he's caught with that blind.
Lama masuknya.
Comeback ini ya sembarangan lu baru 64 belum tuh.
Drx desperate to make a pace change here. It actually plays
He's anti-flash.
It's such a good read. Coming out of the timeout, they're stacked up here on tiles. And even actually have 2 players disconnected a little deeper to read the B main push. I think he's saying, yeah, like a book.
Called it.
Like a book.
Absolutely called it. And that's lovely though. That's when you're getting full faith in your IGL. You're starting to feel like the game. You're like, yeah, we absolutely got them on the ropes there. And FPX, we know they've got depth. This is where I need to see if Drx can do similar things. If they get maybe left here, 6 is all they can get, and FPX just keeps striding forward. As it stands.
Mentok juga nggak bisa, mentok 66 cok.
Those first couple of steps towards middle. Commitment behind it too though.
Drx shift walking immediately through a lobby. Let's try and get behind this now.
75 ini.
Check actually if Ardis is going to consider this. He's posted up with the tour de force right now.
Mati nih
Should
Ardis ini.
be spotted here. The rifle barrel I think maybe going to stick out a little bit. It is visible, but he actually adjusts it. Marco finds the wallbang. Oh, this gets away.
Now obviously that rifle far from recoverable, but this will put a little bit of a fire beneath FPX. And Angel, what? Okay, okay, Marco makes it
Marco
every
dapat
time.
3.
Fails him out. It's somehow
Wah, economical damage banget nih.
Yeah, Zipan's knocked.
Yeah,
Belum tentu
what the
menang.
hell is Ardis in this? Okay, right next to him. What can you do with it? Ardis looks, he wants this pick. He needs one now. Zest, the timing. Oh, that's pretty rough. And well, he's lost his only teammate. Ardis, can you save yourself? Not this time, Drx! We asked for depth and they showed us it. The first round was read like a book, but you left the pages open and it gets just flipped right on over. Drx 7-4 now.
Ultinya sih banyak ya ini ya.
Anticipating aggression, Drx trying to make something work, but there's a massive gap in this attacking setup here. Ardis initially in the right position to maybe feel this out.
Wah, untung meleset tuh.
Like I said, at the last second, Marco found that one wallbang, then comes through, gets the pinch in market for the second. Ridiculous stuff.
Drx for the win ada loh, mendukung Drx loh.
And they've got one away from Buzz. Oh, so close now. So much to play with.
It's actually terrifying, yeah.
Sudah
This will be the
PBI
final
kah?
round of Drx only missing 1 orb for the Blade Storm. I'll have a full deck.
Wah, dapat
Once
lagi.
again in middle with this operator.
The balls, bro.
Very early on here was FPX had no progress towards either side. Wondering actually if they're going to return
Jess, ulti lu pakai anjir, lu ulti lu nggak pernah dipakai anjing nih orang nih.
Should at least catch 2 of the players on the other side. Maybe Marco would go.
Udah 3 match gua mainin dia nih 3 match.
By Dice. Forced out of position and timing is gorgeous from FPX. Completely caught napping. And Buzz now down super low, gets overwhelmed. Zipan's there. From downtown, Zest trying to post this, do everything he can. He can actually catch Zipan. Okay, it's still a 2v2, standing. Stack's gonna commit. Sends in the ult, gonna spot both players. Horn goes through, but you can see the Nightfall right on back in. Slowing down the pace, Stax needs a couple of seconds to get himself back up, but a pixel out of place. They're gonna know Sugetsu. They know where they're at.
He's taking the seas.
They've got no, it's Shao! Still in one, and now the 1v1,
Oh!
and it's gonna be
Wah,
Shao
gila,
who
Shao.
pulls it down.
Hoping swingnya.
The guy was weighing gold already in this
Master
game.
Lian.
Totally free first blood as well. On Angel of all people here. Gonna make it so difficult to stack up for this execute. They still. What is that shot from Shao?
Anjing.
What was that?
Yep.
You can see he can't believe it. Absolute heroics from Shao.
Well, at this point, DRX set the tone, but FPX met the pitch perfectly. This has been a stunning first half. Let's hand it back to the desk to break
Gila
down
saunya kalau nggak dapet tadi tuh tembak begitu.
Thank you very much, Pansy and Hypog. All I gotta say is, do you remember the tale they used to tell about the Korean jet, Mimi? The Korean jet.
It's back. The fairy tale is real, and Buzz is that guy. He has looked absolutely insane thus far on this map. I've been talking up the DRX world changes, and this is just the perfect example. This man looks so well enabled when he's playing on this agent. He's effective with the rifle. He's effective with the op, and on the defense, he is the crown jewel of DRX.
Yeah, so you can really see how he just controlled the map by pretty much himself, with some help from his teammates, just regaining that map control with all of their initiators. And you can just see Buzz slowly take control of the entire half with his operator and just really shut down some of these splits from FPX.
Yeah, and he did shut down the split, but Bola, it was a comeback, and nevertheless, FPX, they actually managed to get 5 rounds in the end.
5 rounds is well above the bar I think that they need.
Attest a freak combat score.
Game that we saw from DRX, and I'm saying, oh my goodness, the attack side rounds, they're hard to come. So there's a significant portion here that I'm wondering, is this good for DRX? It felt like a good half at the beginning, but take a look at this, right? You see the heat map where they're planning, but also look at the bottom left of the screen, the attack win rate percent, 33%. I mean, they only got 3 against Furia. This is what they've done so far at this, and 6 plants overall. That's, you know, well less than 50%, and that's not what you want from attacking side. That's kind of how the meta has developed. It's really hard to watch these attack sides from a lot of teams. It's not just DRX.
And on the other side, you're playing up against FPX, who is one of the absolute best teams at the defense when he gets to his own decision.
Apaan anjing? Hilang ini mah.
Enggak. Enggak, ini gue di live, cok. Gue rebahan ini ke rebahan kursi bentar.
From DRX, is 7 rounds enough?
Pinggangnya pegel, mau udah tua kayaknya dah.
This is gonna be hard for DRX just based on what FPX.
Lu live jam berapa tadi belum mulai?
Yeah, with that Sage, I feel like they're gonna be able to slow down the DRX attack really well. So I don't know.
Tadi kan gue menerima ini dulu. Ledekan.
Oh, we'll see indeed. I'm gonna toss this back to Pansy and Hypog to get us back into the game.
Makanya gue kasih waktu.
And after such a great first half of this back and forth,
Gue kasih waktu mereka 20 menit cok buat hujat gue.
As the desk highlighted, is it enough? Obviously, now the proof will always be in the pudding. We have to wait to find out, but it's certainly got our attention now.
Absolutely. If anything, we can look at that Fury game and have a lot of questions, but if we treat it as an anomaly, and we talk about maybe those internal changes for Stacks and talking about how he wanted to come on board and really change the playstyle, the proof's in the pudding here. Can you right your wrongs from the previous performance? Sugetsu and Angel on the other side there, so you see it. No surprises. See Sugetsu just primed with this wall.
Zipan noting nothing towards the B side, so shoring up the intention. Knife, I'm pretty sure, gonna have connected there, but straight on through. DRX, just straight on in. They're already inside. Good response so far, but I'm looking towards heaven. Okay, Artist gets warded away. He can't stick around any longer. Plant not yet to be committed to. Damn, Zest though! What? The adjustment between Zipan and Artist. I thought Zest was good for one there, but it's not the case at all. And now Stacks! 1v1. Zipan above him, they've got to have noted this before. What can Stacks do here? 8 more seconds on his horn, so he's got time to play with. But does Zipan let him have a moment?
Zipan's knife's back. Can cancel out the horn now. I don't think either of them.
He's dropped down. He's already down towards the goal.
Oh my god!
Stacks! Maybe not lighting their own jet, but getting it on the right track. DRX pick up the first in the second half.
That's crazy how quickly actually the knife was invested towards B, and immediately Angel's making his way back towards heaven.
Yep.
A furious exchange actually as these smokes go up. It's like 3 different gunfights going on. Great recovery from Stacks though. Managed to actually dig Artist out. He was down to, I think, 22 HP after that initial exchange.
Jangan berdiri-berdiri. Kita kasih Leo. Itu deh.
Eyes towards round 2.
Mantap,
FPX go exploring here. Actually, 3 Bulldogs here for DRX, so they can sit pretty deep and look towards mid control, make sure to make use of this range. Buzz and RB with Spectres in hand. No real push through from FPX just yet. Ardis actually forced off mid with that flash alone, and actually draws a smoke here. Whether or not Ardis is going to make his way back towards B, he actually retrieves his TP, and he'll be a 3rd member to join the defense on A site.
It may look like Angel the lone wolf, but it's certainly not the case. Dips away from the first prowler that's sent towards clear and wine, swings back in. He's going to note at least 3 players.
Actually, the reveal comes through here. Perfect. Perfect bait for Ardis. Sugetsu found 2.
This crossfire is divine. It's so well placed. Fully baited Angel. He is just running around the map. As soon as they thought they had him dead, you saw it. Ardis waiting with that cross. It was so well timed.
And the bait actually gets tagged on the reveal. Means Ardis can just post up. Buzz is so confident that Angel's the only person on site. And precision with the headhunter from Ardis. DRX going to be kicking themselves after that. FPX actually come through 4 rifles here, and the Bulldog in the hands of Angel. A heavy lean towards A once again for DRX. Looking to just burst here. Nothing invested at all, it's just the classics here. So maybe a chance to overwhelm Angel, but puts the second one way up. Actually 3 detected on the knife. That's huge information from Zipan.
Yeah, so much to work off now. Have to respect it. You can see Ardis and Xiao in unison here towards middle. Love these little setups, just kind of in place. Nothing too complicated about it. We've seen a couple of those now. Angel happy to make himself the bait. Smoke goes in, and once again the time dwindling now. Underhand flash, and the response.
Counter flash.
But he got behind them. Zest, Buzz got behind them still, and that is a rifle found. Angel has to pull away, has to respect the smoke. He can't now fight the site.
Gila ditabrakin lewatin anjing.
Looking at who's got the rifle, it's going to be Zest. Now, all the utility, everything's still sitting with FPX. They still have the upper hand here, excluding the plant. Angel looking to invest the paranoia, and the swing through short going to come in. The smoke dissipates. The that's found! And Zest is so essential to the outcome. Still going to try to find any information. Buzz is left on 1 HP. Light work for Sugetsu. And now the 2-2, but Zest is barely breathing. And they're going to have to check towards health. They expect at least someone to be standing there, but it's all again down to this. Stacks on top. Xiao drops down. Stacks sees it, but it does not matter. Xiao is getting so many valuable rounds for FPX.
What is the start of the second half? It comes right down to the wire. Xiao put in the position to clutch it out. The counter flash is perfect. I didn't even see Buzz dash behind Zipan there. But this lineup here, Zest to find 2. Well played from Xiao as well. The reposition from Zest. Sorry, from Stacks there in Hell. I have to see what the purchase looks like on the back of that actually, because it's yes, FPX flip round 2, but with the damage done. See what they settle on. It's
right there.
The Guardian, maybe just the Sheriff for Zipan, yeah. But a little off kilter here in terms of the purchase.
Is there pace behind this? Surely not. Yeah, the purchase looking about as stable as a child on a horse.
At this point, expect FPX to start exploring elsewhere. Now the DRX have been stacked up consistently outside A lobby. And they're doing just that. Look at the push through B main.
Yep.
Xiao and Sugetsu. Stacks can't give his life away here.
If he was on the money, that was a kill, and potentially falling back with his life, but it's pretty
Xiao's
telling.
posted deeper
but
now.
Look at short as well. They're getting proactive across the map. The audacity on FPX to be doing this. Oh, but Buzz checks it. Great timing to swing back around and see this. Somehow DRX actually keeping on top of this.
I mean, Angel's in no man's land there. When the contacts go, you've got to expect DRX are going to re-clear through top mid.
Maybe he had a window of timing, but middle is all that they've got. Xiao, how did you find that? I don't understand. That's pretty worrying news now. That got contact off the back of the Prowler. One sent back through to clear close, but they want pace to this. It looks like Drx were trying to entail that B site was going to be the end goal, but with 34 seconds, where else can they go?
I mean, they break the wall. There's no smokes to fake this. FPX have sent everybody to B site.
Can Drx get there in time? They gotta go, and they gotta go now. They don't know that they have a completely free site. Now they're going to. Nothing noted off the back of that either. No one towards Wine, and I love this from RB. Tries to get ahead of this, beating the curve, and spots him! Down Zip and the site's all theirs, and they're still being ridiculous.
So paranoid.
Of course, and rightly so. There was 4 against you. Rez can be invested. Zipan back on his feet.
Zest actually has the Hunter's Fury here. He's in hell at the minute.
Makan,
Who
guys.
posts this on contact? Straight up here, but
Indomie pakai nasi.
sure actually how Drx are going to play this if they just tuck in.
Okay, high flash goes in, gives at least the first couple of steps over towards FPX to start clearing through the site. It's going to be on the commitment though. Buzz probably first contact, I'd imagine. Yeah, gets it, takes down Xiao. Watch King himself, but it's Buzz to follow up again. And Drx holding on! Mauling FPX on the way back in.
I thought for a moment there, because it's Marco that falls similar to what we talked about in that first half, there was going to be no fake potential for Drx. But they didn't even need to. They break the wall, it draws everybody from FPX. Maybe they just want a death ball for the res. I'm not entirely sure of the logic there, but Drx thread the needle and find the perfect timing back to A site.
And it is rare you make FPX go to the wrong side to overcommit,
Entomnya makin nggak jelas kah?
wrong. They are such a diligent team in that. They don't normally make those gambles unless it's not even the right call, but the right moment.
Yang kadang-kadang sama penyelenggara tuh nggak dipikirin.
Really
apa di Indonesia kertas-kertas itu disediain loh sama mereka, terus mereka boleh nulis apa aja. Ini kan disediain sama Valorantnya ini. Kertas-kertas ini, mereka tinggal nulis aja mau tulisan apa.
Tapi kemarin kan disediain juga itu.
Pukulan mah dibawa pulang, bro.
Dibawa pulang kan?
Iya. Lu kalau mau siap dengan tepokan, menurut gua tepokan terus di hari terakhir. Bagian tuh semua banyak. Terus tepokan kalau mau dibagi per quarter gitu, hari pertama dibagi berapa, kedua berapa gitu. Kalau mau full, bagian hari terakhir tuh the best, pecah sih. Soalnya saya dari kampanye, Pak, ya kan? Saya tahu pembagian distribusi logistik itu bagusnya kapan. Bayangin kalau tepokannya banyak banget pas hari terakhir sama banyak kertas blok, keren banget di situ kan?
So knife early going over towards short. That should have found both the players there.
Udah ada ya?
It looks.
Decent read here though. I mean they're sending bodies towards market.
Again, looking at
pakai batu ya biar banyak.
You're looking out for Xiao and Angel really as the main two proponents here. Buzz so quick to it though, making it look good with that jet. Finds another fight, wins it. That time it's Angel though, and actually Zipan got himself a rifle, but now just down to Ardis. Gonna filter through one of the rifles that was dropped off the corpses of his teammates. Bloody hell, seconds away then. So he's not going to connect as Ardis. Well, still so much late round utility invested towards him. So they're going to find out that he was towards CT, but making quick moves.
Teleport's ready.
Does he anticipate Zest though?
And he may check on it, but to what degree, right? Zest has such a dirty angle to play with. Cleared. Ardis. Still time for the reload here. Font goes up, handles it, spots out RB. He wants to close in. This man could be a machine, but this would need something massive. 15 bullets to play with, and too many targets, too little time.
Tapi serem Jok, ngeliat Ardis maju.
Right back into things here.
Double digits on the board. And again, this purchase comes at a very precarious time of the half.
Ini mapnya FX ya?
Drx find 11. And with what's left in the
Ardisnya serem banget, Cok. Abis nembak berasanya kayak ngehit. Udah dimajuin anjing.
Tour de force, the only bonus to come through. Well handled here from Drx. That's with the hero rifle coming through from Angel to try and make this a little bit more.
Katanya Indo kalau dikasih kertas gitu isinya kontol tulisannya.
He's got full armor and the bulldog.
Iya, tinggal tergantung yang ini dong, apa?
Kalau kamera ya.
Iya. Nggak, itu pasti bagus banget loh, dapet loh vibes-nya tuh seru banget.
maybe anticipating actually that information Stacks was able to gather earlier, but it looks as if it's a similar.
Daripada Yelel kamu gantian belum?
Iya ya.
Faster, there's no messing around
Sugetsu's
here.
gotta be careful here.
Sugetsu's in no man's land. He almost got
Aduh,
caught out
lagi
there.
skill,
He's
lagi
lucky to be
push-nya.
alive. Dealing with the horn that goes up. Buzz still wants it on hand. Flash though, do they swing through on CT? Yes, they do. Zepan greets him with a smile and sends out RB and Buzz. Leaving 3 now. Marco up middle. Stacks and Zest to try and find some success towards the site.
Angel's got the read here. You can see the ping coming through on the minimap as well, but Zest desperate to try and mitigate this damage back. Marco's got to go huge, and Angel wins
Big
it.
shot. Very heads-up play there from Angel. Now with these two, I don't see any utility left, or at least online currently. Couple more seconds, finds one on the side. Chow now gone, one towards the back of the side. They did note him earlier, but it's Sugetsu. And the site is FPX find it back.
Selamat Sugetsu.
Put him in a corner and he'll find the headshots regardless.
Oh,
And a
there's the song now,
crucial round win. Is there? Zena, what did it say?
Not for now.
Okay. Beautiful
This
play from
flash,
Zip, man.
man.
I mean, just look.
Oof.
Buzz has nowhere
He
to
was got
turn.
3 as well.
Nowhere to turn. Like I said, that round effectively bails FPX out.
Yeah.
Gives
Yeah,
them
it
a
does.
lifeline here because the finances would have been crippled.
Itu sponsornya Shinchan ya?
They'd have lost that. Okay, actually, Artist still
Bajunya.
just one off the Tour de Force. Zipan one away. Shao and Angel both have their ultimates. Buzz actually Bladestorm online here. Can
Terus,
invest it.
Yan, kaos putihnya orang Korea tuh kayak kaos baru beli gitu gak sih ya?
Iya ya.
Iya gak sih, lu kesel banget gua. Bisa ya kaos putih itu awet orang-orang Korea tuh anjing ya.
This one's probably what they're discussing in this timeout right now.
Sponsornya I'm Lab, cok.
Drx mana? Mana Drx? Dari Korea. Drx.
Oh, he's found the camera. Still, I'm waiting. I know this sounds bad, right? And forgive me for this, but I shouldn't preface things by saying that, should I? I'm waiting for it to drop. It feels like because I'm like, oh, it's DRX. We're out of the group stage. When's it gonna go wrong? But they keep doing good things. They keep doing good things. Have I cursed it? Have I?
I mean, I can't disagree with you, but I mean, I made a comment. If DRX can actually maintain in terms of the level we've seen here, other than that Fury or Ascent game,
Run krusial nih.
that's a lot of damage off the rip.
Okay. And so far, let's look at the players here. We've got 3 already towards that A side. A Prowler committed towards middle to clear through, which notes nothing. Pretty indicative so far. So DRX, the opening plan, this kind of heavier lean towards A, already being noted very quickly.
I mean, Angel's
Sinhan. Oh, Sinhan anjing mon. Bang katanya bukan Shinchan.
Re-clear mid because there was no information gathered there.
Sponsornya Bang.
Marco will actually
Iya.
relay the information that Angel's not made his way to spawn. But
Kayak Bang deh, kayak Sinhan
forces
tuh ya.
DRX to heat up about 30 seconds of round 19.
Kalau gua nonton di Korea-Korea gitu sih, Yan.
This
Drama-drama Korea, nama bang-bang kayak gitu, kayak gitu-gitu.
That's been played by any FPX player just yet.
Well, this is when the issues could start.
The reveal gets him, he has to TP away, but he TPs to hell. I think he's
Of all
noted.
things, did Buzz see him or was it just a preemptive shot? I feel as though he saw away. Yeah, now the tether!
Wah,
He's
nggak
seen it,
tahu dong.
DRX! Brute force the
Kan dia harus
site.
disiplin clearnya.
Look towards almost
Dia kayak denger loh di kupingnya loh.
sides like this, so drilled on approach, but now
He's got Odin for the wall bang to help. Look at Buzz, he's so low already.
11 HP.
But he gets a
But
kill.
he's still
Masih
fighting
dapet, anjing.
frags. He got zip out.
sih,
But
cowok.
his Shao still
Bukan
standing,
dia
so I
tadi yang
can't quite
pertama.
write it off just yet. But if it's
Sugetsu.
Go.
if it was anything else, maybe. But
Kalau mundur.
DRX did enough. That's 11.
And it's so interesting to see Ardis play that close contact position and the TP not be safe to help. Because he's going to be noted there. You've got to assume that Buzz is going to dash in.
towards
So he's
side.
already closed half of that gap towards hell. I'm not even sure actually if the recon bolt pings him, in which case the way the TP works with Chamber, you still see him where he ends up.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
again,
don't know if it did.
it's, I don't know, there has to be a bit
Aku
more of a
85.000
robust
guys ya.
support system there if Ardis is going to play such a risky position and the TP's not
Oh,
necessarily
udah ini.
safe, inverted commas.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. We go back in. I feel like we're just passengers in this game at the moment because Buzz, what, 21 to 14 here. This is the
Aku akan semangat Beb, udah punya
seemed like
target.
he was really trying to hunt down towards hell. I don't know if they had seen him bolt, as said, bolt earlier or anything else, but
Baca.
I'm start getting a little worried now. It's 11 to 8. It's not, you know, out of the realms of reality for FPX to close this one down, but gotta say, a DRX
Udah
starting
ada
to
650.000.
much better. A little bit more stability on the economy.
pull the force pulled out.
Biar bisa beli easy.
On B side to start this. DRX just huddled up, looking if they want to mimic that B split once again. Initial exchange just puts
Lumayan lah, yang pelit lag tuh penonton baru guys.
Nardis here to pick up the slack in mid. Shao will he be rewarded this
Nggak
time
apa-apa.
around? Spraying furiously.
That's big.
Wah.
TT sih.
Sick timing on the horn. Still gonna spray in. They actually get away now.
Wah, Sugetsu di sini anjing.
Aduh,
usually miss them.
Yeah, mate, I was gonna say fortunately enough on the other side of things, but actually missing
Wait, can
most
Marco
of
beat
this.
him? Can Marco beat him to A site?
I think he can. I think he's actually got him dead to rights
Oh,
here.
kalau
And he
Ronika
has.
gara-gara
Sugetsu's
Sugetsu sih.
fallen.
Gara-gara
A site is
Sugetsu.
open. They found the timing. They've threaded the needle. You can't ask for anything better. And Artist and Shao left sweating bullets towards CT.
Sugetsu
What are
sabun
you gonna
anjing.
do with this? Because 12 is beckoning on the board now. Plant's gonna come in. Late positioning towards middle from RV, ensuring they're not coming from here. They're so certain of it now. Hearing this, noting this.
RB's got his knife
Ngerusak
back. He can
momen
remove the
banget ya,
tool force
ritme
here.
ya, Lian.
Artist gonna end up
Actually
feeling.
posted mid though.
Oh, and a pick. Marco. Mistake
yang nge-flank
made.
tuh. Jauh banget anjing.
Vulnerability now shown. A 2v3, still not ideal, but it's something. The suppressing fire allowing a
meleset.
and it was a centimeter away, but Shao ain't dead yet. Now he is.
Nice.
Buzz, big round. 12 on the board.
Fatal.
DRX outdoing
Sugetsu
FPX.
fatal.
Beautifully done.
I can't
Like I
believe
said,
it.
even just half a second either way, Sugetsu finds that kill on Marco. Marco doesn't actually immediately push through short. Like I said, beats Sugetsu back to the site. But he's almost anchoring with his flank. Insane stuff from DRX.
24 now for Buzz.
He's had a cracking game.
Absolutely. Feeling himself, confidence flowing. But one more required for them to get map 1 under the belt. FPX now needs to turn it up to 11. Feeling the pressure. Artist again getting checked on early here. Forced
So
away
much pressure on Artist.
and noted where he managed to TP back to. So instantly
Kaget gua
attention for
pikir
DRX
sofanya
turns
musuh
towards his
anjing.
side.
But no pressure in mid though, so Artist can pick up the same position once again. All goes down. Actually, Nightfall invested as well.
It's big, they want this round. They want it done. Together,
Setengah mati.
he's having none of it. No entry, no way forward.
Oh,
And now
Sugetsu
not
ngamuk,
even a
Cok.
kill.
Parah.
They hold all 5 alive.
Balas
FPX
dendam,
ain't
Cok.
out of it
Sugetsu,
yet.
Cok.
Sugetsu absolutely bailing FPX out.
Savior.
Wah,
Standing strong on lane.
dapat 3 doi.
And now I'm intrigued actually. DRX start feeling the pressure of just having to convert one more round.
One enemy remains. Spike down.
What's the next step in the
Tuki
plan?
Mai, gua udah masuk,
One
Cok.
off the Hunter's
Ayo
Fury,
lah.
nothing else available. Sugetsu
Apa
back
lu
on
pada
that red
lama,
zone.
Cok? Takutan. Let's go lah, bro.
FPX not giving anything away here. DRX spread a little more thin this time around.
Tidur duluan aja.
No early peek either. Artist has to TP away from the knife.
Coba habis makan ke kasur.
As per previous.
Masih
Come
tidur.
back. Towards market at least will be spotted here on the jump spot.
Tell me what you really like.
Actually an early wall this time around in
Ini
B
kita seru
main.
nih.
Look at it, 4 players towards mid here. It's just Zipan holding down the fort for the time being.
Zipan's been on the money though. He's been really damn good at this, but DRX are quick to it as well. Got to commit now. They're forced in between a rock and a hard place. An Angel finds the first 2. Zest still stands. Artist on the backfield denies the follow from Zest, leaving it all to Marco in main. With 52 seconds, he's lost that window of opportunity. And quick thinking from Angel to fill that gap. Zipan playing safe.
It's the layers to that defense. So as to continue to see, the one way goes up. DRX are 3 ahead of it.
Bagus sih
Fragment
Sugetsu
forcing
balas
just Zest
kalahan
backwards,
nih ya.
but the pop flash is on point from Zipan. Massive value found. Marco just has to ride this one
30
out.
seconds left.
Yep.
There's a long old wait till round 23.
Anjay,
Well,
membership.
Again, I think this calls to the caliber of this game when we talk bigger picture, Mike. Kind of rolling back to the start, let's kind of readdress some of those win conditions. Do you think we've actually seen them hit here for DRX? Have we seen these win conditions in place?
I mean,
for
I
you?
was almost anticipating, you know, seeing both teams attempt to kind of
Bukan itu
disrupt.
pintu kamar mandi
Well,
dingin.
I mean, because you come into this and it's very carte blanche, right? You know that
Dapat
both
tipu
teams
WI
are going to
dari
play in a
Montana,
certain way.
Cok.
There's a lot of taper. I mean, actually, circa 24 maps across both of these teams in terms of recent tape, but I haven't seen an awful lot of it. It's been very reactive play. That's why I'm surprised to see some of these mistakes happening, because these are two very disciplined teams. These are two very heavy default teams.
Ragu-ragu gitu anjing.
You know, pressure points around the map. I gotta say, FPX for me, standing the test here on defense, but Drx, in my eyes, why haven't we seen them actually revert back?
Tapi bisa sih main santai ambil orb dulu ini ya kan.
Maybe feeling they could have dealt with some of those rotations they were pulling, but as you noted and we noted, it's been so quick the adjustment from FPX! The 1v1, it's Zipans! Buzz denied. An Angel picking up the slack. There's just no way in at the moment. That is a deadly little duo there.
Yes, it's on this lesser person. It's the first time we've really seen Drx emphasize an opening engagement on either extremity.
Beda dong.
We have to actually get the weapon back up. So Zest and RB with rifles, they still go for this. And the one way goes up, and that will close the door.
Yep. No subtlety to this now. You can already see the exploration beginning on the rest of the map as well. No Ardis. No Sugetsu. But maybe Zest. Noted it too. The timing. Ardis has it in his hands. Bernard's watch business at this point, but RB outdoes him. So that's opened up a chance for Sugetsu back from that as well. Pop flash goes in, so Sugetsu does look a little worried about this, but surely you don't clear it. You didn't expect two to walk middle. There's already a player towards top mid as well. That's going to be Shao. So all these audio cues. Sugetsu can relay.
No way.
He goes on check. There's two above.
Oh my god.
Oh, and on the other side, Zipan told it all. And once again, Marco in main. Nothing to do for 18 more seconds.
Just gotta wait it out again. Just to come back as well, we see Marco disconnected from so many of these early round setups here. We'll find Angel, but round all but done with where the spike's down. But just note as well the lack of value in some of these lurks. Compare it to Ardis, maybe even just relaying information. That's why I'm saying you can't help but feel like if they have that fifth body on site or lean heavier on kind of a committed execution, you're going to feel a little more comfortable about it. 12-11 now. 3 unanswered rounds from FPX.
Aku nih anjing, cok, lama betul,
One more
cok.
chance for Drx to close this in regulation in map 1. And for
Enggak lah.
FPX, starting to find
13-11 dikasih angin aja dia.
just they feel immovable at times.
Zest, ulti lu pakai lah, Zest, dari tadi baru sekali pakai. 23 ron anjing.
And this time, only Zipan with the fragment here. Flash comes soon, actually. More damage done. RB eats up a ton of it.
Oh, and they tried a little bit more defaulty in approach. They had a little bit of kind of 3-1-1 split across the map, but Stax gets found early. We'd already seen that proactive work coming out in middle, but this time again, FPX rewarded for their mentality and approach.
Look how deep this kill occurs as well. Look at the death marker on Stax. Reinforce this short hold as well. I mean, the checklist for FPX on the defense here is just so long. There's so many different obstacles Drx have to overcome. That's like I said in these slow burn rounds. That flash is good though.
Yep.
Probably unfortunate.
Ooh.
That's a beautiful
this
fragment.
Is so
It's gonna
nice.
kill him.
There's no way out of here. How is he alive? 23 HP and he's still standing. No way is he still going to do damage on this. Of course he is. It's Ardis, the final boss of FPX. 4 of them by side, finally overwhelmed. You can see Angel's back on his feet though, so he's still got such a tough challenge. Marco and Zest, what are you going to do with it? The other hand flash is excellent. And Zipan's there. And Zest has nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. FPX. The test of time, they stand up to it, and we're tied all even 12 apiece.
Drx just love overtime on Ascent. That's the only conclusion to
love a bit of it.
Oh, terarah menjauh dari Drx ya.
Absolute madness from FPX. And look at Ardis to make plays like this in round 24. Just the sheer arrogance on some of these things. And this is the sort of thing I was talking about, disrupting both teams. These are the sorts of things I'm talking about. Ardis just brazenly full swinging catwalk.
He's one of those difference makers. I know you can look at the rest of the roster as well. FPX has some incredible players. I mean, as I said, shouts to get to some of the MVPs of prior events, don't get me wrong. But you do always feel there's that little spark, right? There's that little extra danger with Ardis that he will get you something out of nowhere. Well, 23 to 18, he's getting a lot of things going his way.
Or FPX is going to pace change first round. It looked like it. They're trying to avoid the knife here, which is Actually, not invested from RB, I guess on the back of no sound cue, but FPX are actually contacting up. Look how deep Ardis is already.
He did this before, though. He was slightly isolated from the others on a solo mission. But do remember that Buzz was the one to keep him in check a couple of times prior. Now, the paranoia committed, but the smoke then goes up, so trying to quell the pressure on the back. And he absolutely is, but again, at this point, still no way forward. Ardis is just creeping up middle. Is there any success from the back of it? No, they haven't cleared RB. He's going to find the first two. Buzz commits through the smoke, finds him on the side. And now there's a problem. It's all on Ardis to be the game changer, the difference maker, the man who can walk on water. Waiting for it. This is everything, Ardis.
What the fuck?
Walking around.
No way, Ardis!
And Ardis Wonderland gets Zest down. Needs so much more, though. That's the first step. Now we look towards Sugetsu. Have you found anything? There's one towards Dice, one towards Jen. That's a pixel out of place, and he spots it. Ardis now gets proactive. Does he find Stacks, potentially, who's starting to lean on over? 30 seconds, the double face comes in. It's all in one man's hands. Spike recovered, 24 seconds now. He's going to creep up on the side. He wants to plant. He might actually get it as well. Okay, Plant goes in and gets to dip away. Does get marked, though. Prowler, not a problem just yet. Another
no way! Oh my god!
The man can do no wrong! One of the greats! Why? Did he stand on this stage?
Habis lagi ngaceng, Cok. Habis
Oh,
lagi ngaceng.
That's one of the best clutches I have ever seen!
You have got to be kidding me.
Ever!
I mean, talk about having the balls to do it in round 24.
Look at it. Watch this back. Pour over this. He knows it. He absolutely knows it.
Doesn't even flinch. I'll tell you who that is on stage right now. That's G2 Ardis.
Straight up, roll it back.
The blast from the past, the second coming.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
I don't know ya.
Gua lagi sendera juga jadi bangun anjing.
I can't believe what we've just seen.
Semuanya dia udah expect semua orang bakal keluar situ anjing.
I'm in pieces over this. That was absolutely mad. There is no way you are ever allowed to do that. Against DRX, we just
Wah gila anjing.
DRX, discipline,
Nggak wajar.
smart, heads up Valorant players like. I'm gonna have a seat. I'm gonna sit down, Mike. This one's yours. Oh.
I can't believe what
Kayaknya sih map 1 ditutup sama FPX sih kalau udah kayak gini.
And that's the 5th unanswered.
Mental goyang sih.
You drag it to overtime, and that's the first round of overtime.
Ya kalau dia menang map 1, they do deserve sih. Untuk map 1.
Iya sih.
I'm cooked.
Dua-duanya pantas gitu loh dapetin map ini.
Get me out of here.
Masa semua orang keluarnya dia expect sih anjing banget sih.
Have you got it in you? Because
Keren anjing.
we've been doing this a long time, Mike, and I still have not seen anything like that in a long, long time. We may not for a while to come. As it stands, though, FPX get OT started. The only way dreams could entail. And now it's all in DRX's hands. Can they respond?
Zipan posted deep on this angle. Smoke will go up. Doesn't give away his position just yet, but Showers gets to deal with. Buzz just happy to burst on this.
Okay. A little bit, maybe simplistic, but it might be worth it. Shao even expecting the follow-up utility and nothing quite coming through yet. Buzz can go no further until the flash came in and finally they make it towards the side. Shao denies it on the first step forward and Angel still there. DRX though, digging deep. Stack's gonna bail him out with 2.
Wah,
and Angel's alive, but Dipan's one of them and Ardis is the other. Marco's found 1. But it's the nemesis.
I can't take
it's the man himself.
Nggak mungkin.
The crowd.
Wah, teriak-teriak.
Behind this man. They can feel it.
Apa ya di
The
Beast?
DRX rarely the villains. But he's got to slip ahead.
Video ini lewat FYP-mu, berarti memang video ini ditakdirkan.
Bocor dong, Bro. Terima kasih, Bro.
And they tame the beast finally.
Nggak.
Down 13-13.
Out of nowhere sisa dia lagi momennya pas banget anjing.
Iya anjing.
Being able to stabilize here, it's such a weird moment. And just the pause for thought inside some of these smokes where they wait for this utility to drain out. Xiaozu managed to evade all of this damage early on. By some divine miracle.
Tenan.
I'm straight up My Chemical Romance out here. I'm not okay. I need who? Yeah. I'm amazed that DRX responded. Like, as if they brought themselves back into this. Incredible resolve.
Dumping utility here. They're coming all the way through. The ping is huge. What is that from Angel?
Oh my word! And on the back of the site, Stacks not quite over on
Aduh, Zestnya sayang banget itu.
And Angel finds RB. No support on the way now. They are stranded on the site itself. You can see already slipping deep towards CT's Marco. He's going to try and hold this place safe. He cannot feed into the machine.
Mako anjing, dipen anjing
And now you're locked
Mako.
in there with him.
When does Stacks' reveal come back? It's another 20 seconds on this though.
Dia
Xiao's got his
takut
back in 3.
rotate.
This is a key moment in the round for FPX. I've disconnected Marco. It's still Buzzer's got 1 Stacks for the second.
Sugetsu chased down by the Prowler. DRX.
Let's go.
In the lead.
Mako anjing nonton doang, Mako
Another
babi.
blame Marco for sitting safe there towards CT. He
gua?
had to be if they found him.
Kesel gua sama
That's
Mako
that
tuh.
open.
Buat bantuin temennya
I
perang,
don't blame him on
untung
it.
aja
I
menang.
really don't. He had 2 sat on the side.
Sorry, Angel's halfway down lane and
Yeah.
TP's back to logs, like, and then gets a kill.
Itu yang dari market
What the
gak tenang
hell was
banget ya
that?
nembaknya ya.
Kenapa?
Yang dari market gak tenang nembaknya. Banyak
Great
banget
play
ke
from
recon
Stacks.
tapi gak ada.
Get confidence
Harus
to
keluar
swing through
smoke
with
dia
22
baru.
HP. And the timeout in response now from DRX. They want to let that one breathe a little bit.
Wah, time out.
Ah, this
Aduh,
is gonna be
napas.
operated now, Could this be an overtime curveball?
Ini nggak aman ya, bukan negara sendiri
DRX
padahal ya.
anticipate it.
Ayo, Cok.
Sorry, just quickly, somehow, this is actually
NZXT ikut saya, Cok. Try. Oke. Dikit lah.
Lens nonton langsung, iya kah?
Zipan as well. I'm pretty sure at one point he was almost triple negative in the first half.
Dukung siapa?
Madness.
Drx.
Huge resolve. For me though, I have to keep as much as we've just seen genuine heroics. It's a word we use a lot for genuine from FPX. I have to give credit here to DRX. The DRX we have known until this point would have faltered by now. Straight up. You thought we would have this DRX before? I don't know.
The map would have been over 15 minutes ago.
Absolutely. This is different DRX.
Soalnya Sugetsu kemarin di Master gila banget, bro. S2 kali anjir pakai Killjoy. Kill 40 anjir.
Actually, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know.
It's not the same. It's not the same anymore. 3 players posted up towards B main as well here. FPX.
Wah, Ardis bahaya banget nih, emang orang gila, Cok. Wah, untung.
They read him like a book.
Kebaca ya Ardisnya ya. Bakal nge-push agresif.
Buckets of time.
Coachnya udah ngomong tadi, Cok.
Now they hit the brakes for a second, rightly so. See if they can catch FPX trying to look for information elsewhere. Nothing going to be shown just yet. A very disciplined side with FPX, but
I mean, without confirmation,
masih ada si ini.
FPX
Sau.
has to relinquish a little bit of map control because DRX have none at the minute. So Angel picks up the operator here. Will be noted. The ping comes through, but Angel's going to reposition back towards B. And DRX is stacked here.
Go. As it stands, if they do decide to commit towards the site,
Angel's going to get pinged off this.
Miss.
He is.
Oh my god!
Kan?
But look at the other side!
Benar-benar si Cuki Maisau
We
nih.
saw more than that.
Rugi banget
Plus,
sih.
is slightly further ahead. Stacks fights back. Xiao's gone down.
What the fuck?
But there's still one on the back of the site. They haven't cleared Angel
Yeah.
just yet. And now Stacks
Itu
out.
dibanting anjing.
We go again.
Anjing, bener kata Pablo,
What the hell are these rounds? I was talking about the ping being concerned about Angel because he stood behind a wall that's made of paper. And then the double
Look at
ping.
this.
What is that?
Let's go.
Saunya taruh di atas situ, haunya anjing.
That's perfect.
Bisa simpan situ anjing.
That's absolute filth.
I mean, this was the first map we really saw, Fade and Xiao in perfect synergy, and I think we're just, this could be anyone's game. Anyone's game, Mike.
Tapi ini worth it lah buat dua-duanya lah.
Big knife here from RB.
Ini baru match, bro.
Yeah, a lot
Iya kan?
protected here. Spike not committed.
Nggak apa-apa lah dia
It's an
ngantukin
early
gini ya.
posture
Maksudnya bukan
from
ngantukin, lambat temponya ya. Nggak apa-apa.
Tapi extra rotation
Seru
here,
ya
because
kan.
Buzz already picking
Coba
up the slack on
EMEA
Shure.
lawan EMEA. Aduh.
Anjing,
Ngantuk
30
banget.
detik masuk jebrek rata anjing.
On main. No operator here for Drx.
Iya sih ngantuk banget.
Wah, paling
Dan
parah.
AIM FX ini nggak kayak AIM EMEA pada umumnya anjing.
RB
Itu
feeling the heat
rata-rata.
though. And Zest is now toying
Ya,
with the
kena,
idea
Cok.
of rotating.
But he's still ahead of this, which I'm kind of surprised by, because that was so much pressure his way. Doesn't back down, doesn't dip to the smoke. He knows it's more than likely a fake.
I mean,
Ya,
Or at least the
balik
timing's
lagi,
offset.
ya.
Something else is happening here.
look what
Ya,
that's
kena
cost.
bait.
Paranoia,
Knife's gone
both
in.
flashes from Zipan, the fragment, the C's.
Zest is on the way back, but Stack needs to buy time.
They only really have Sugetsu's utility to work with. And it's spotted out early by Stacks.
Inisiatornya 2 loh ya, berubah gua.
A massive advantage in the mid round here for
Iya kan dia
Drx.
ini.
Have to be conscious of that wall going up.
Mountains and molehills at this point. And there they are, in towards the side they go. Look at the chip damage on the way through, but the trade comes out. Buzz and Stacks
What the
trying to
fuck?
fight shoulder by
Anjing,
shoulder, but still
tret-tretan,
it's
anjing.
traded. Wall
Nggak tahu,
goes
aduh,
towards
dua-dua.
CT.
Gila, sama-sama sisa 2
Spike's
tiba-tiba
gonna be going down.
Iya anjing, terlalu cepet cok.
Sugetsu has to, yeah, he does. He slips back.
Siapa
into
sisanya?
the lead here. Well,
Sugetsu
Zipan's
sama Zipan.
planted there, but I'd say no command's going to come online.
Pak ini gue pilih FPX sih, kalau 2-2 gini.
I thought they were both going to stack up on lane here.
CRB lagi
DRX a
sabun, Cok.
long time to deal with this wall.
Yeah, it's a lifetime. They should be able to step out towards us.
Hey,
They're not
don't
fighting the
get.
first couple of steps, but if Sugetsu gets curious.
Nice.
Sabun mata
Satu.
kau.
Yang-
Oh,
yang
1v2.
kesupres satu.
Back to the wall. Both players
still
coming
got
his way.
flashes.
I don't know if they're even going to use him
Ayo
at this
dong,
point.
double pick.
Zipan
Nggak bisa,
now.
nggak
Buzz
bisa.
just gets it. And he chooses wrong. And DRX.
Gimana tuh yang dia? Yang satu popping
Doing it
swing, yang
right.
satu tipis. Anjing.
It's close. But they got it. It's 15.
Bisa nggak ditutup nih Yan? Kayaknya udah lah, bisa lah ya ini ya.
DRX put themselves in a position.
Susah sih.
Once again.
Soalnya dia teror abis
I
ini.
think it was
Defender
16-14. Fury game. Will the script repeat itself?
RB-nya
The timing
ini dulu.
heartbreaking for Zipan there.
Harus
So
dibacotin,
many
Cok.
things to worry about. He's holding the right
Tengah.
angle up until the last split second.
Aduh, anjing. Kaki gua sampai dingin cok nonton ginian goblok ya.
Yan, lihat killnya stabil ya anjing, keren banget nih dua tim.
Iya ya.
Iya
Gak ada yang
banget.
beban, gak ada yang beban, Cok.
15-14.
Cok.
Artist back on the operator here.
Semuanya ngelakuin
Once again, we go
jobnya
through and
dengan
it's
baik.
like, all right, who's going to pull off the magic this time?
Kage, Cok, beban.
It stands
Kaki
early.
gua sampai dingin loh nonton gini loh.
Interesting to see that artist is actually behind the wall initially.
Ikut tegang anjing.
Now has a much more passive angle, but a very difficult to deal with angle. It's going to test the diligence of DRX.
Ya
here
gimana
in
mereka yang
round 30.
main ya?
Sugetsu should come and deal with this drone.
Wah, dia nerbangin drone jauh juga, Cok.
It's spotted though. It's found artist. Actually, Sugetsu trying to bait off the back of that information and post up deep.
Chamber beli OP, nggak ada armor itu.
Iya, tapi kena.
Still setup's going to be nasty. Lovely flash.
mati.
Oh, he's
It's a
found
beautiful
artist and he gets
flash.
away. There's no chance for a trade. So blind
Wah,
in the
nggak ada
corner.
trade anjing, keren banget.
Sugetsu
Nggak nafsu ya, Yan?
Di blind.
can't do anything with it.
blind
It's
soalnya.
just, there's
Blind,
nothing.
tapi
I
abis
mean,
kalau dia
DRX
masuk bisa
almost
mati
defying
kan.
logic in
Basnya.
seeing the operator and still challenging
Emang diincer
it.
Ardisnya
But
dulu,
it's a
Cok.
fantastic flash from
Nggak,
Ardi.
ini ditutup ini ronde ini ditutup cok. Yakin,
They
yakin,
want to
yakin.
dial up the pressure now. They want to split B.
Masih ada
Redeem
jauh.
predicts Sugetsu. He's going to get one. He's going to get two. Oh, the crush comes in
Pablo
from
kan tuh,
middle.
Pablo
FPX
tutup tuh,
perfect
makan
positioning.
tuh.
And now Stacks and
Astaga.
Zest. In dire straits we go again. It's only map one.
How come,
This is the
bro?
Valorant we love right now. Inseparable.
I mean, it's so beautifully coordinated.
Ini
Sugetsu's
ngapain?
playing anti-flash.
It's a victim of his own
Nggak, dia
success.
pede udah
Almost
dapet
like
Ardis
one
kan,
good
nggak mungkin
notable
berdua
first
di
stack,
situ
the
gitu.
double stack that was there.
I mean, you think the bait is perfect, right?
Absolutely.
Ardis takes first
You're like,
contact,
well.
a little deeper with the operator. Sugetsu set up for success. Ardis dies, and Sugetsu's like, well, I'm here now.
I might as well
I
stay.
might as well post up.
Fully intentional. We go back. Oh man, just get yourself comfy for this game. Little info, but again, consider that we still have same information relayed on the other side of the map. Wondering if that now knife did actually catch Angel or not.
Bisa sampai 20
More
main nih.
standard on approach.
Kalau gini terus tuh sampai 40 juga bisa.
Players posted up outside A lobby this time, though.
40 anjing.
Soalnya ini lagi imbang-imbang sama-sama sih, takernya kalah
Japan
terus.
slips away. Spike not committed again.
Siapa yang menang attacker sih yang punya chance besar.
Regulation.
Iya benar.
For FPX. Drx not overstepping the mark.
Karena dua-duanya kuat banget defendernya anjing.
Tapi kayaknya kalah nih kali ini nih. Drx so.
Lu kan.
Pablo
dia anjing sih.
Nikmatin anjing.
Lu milih siapa sih anjing? Nearly loses his life. Zest though has to go huge here.
There's pace and everything you can do, I can do better. They're going to do the same thing. And it's red shown him.
Kalahnya sama kayak ronde sebelumnya yang dia kalah.
Iya makanya.
Sama-sama Saki lagi.
You want to see our market hold?
It's pretty good.
The crossfire just beautiful. Comes through as well. Buzz breaking the wall. They almost just base that little bit of attention.
Mampus cok, mulut gua bau anjing.
What a marathon of a game this is turning into. 10 seconds. Double swing, gonna get down stacks. Yeah, you're right. Time. Biggest issue here. This will filter away. And Drx once again have the advantage.
Nah ini nih. Ini chance Drx nih.
Ini.
Halo Usti.
Surely, right?
Mentalnya kena cok. FX ditutup ini 17-15 cukup cok.
Belum cuk. FX juga defense strong anjing.
Enggak udah cukup anjing. Gua mau kencing.
Ya kencing aja bro.
The time is
Zese padahal
Nggak, gue bingung sama Pablo nih. Dia
the full Tokyo
siapa yang kira-kira bakal kalah tuh? Kayak ini dia tiba-tiba. Itu niat kok.
Mampus. Ini bilet cok. Bas. Bilet cok.
Oh, we're back underway. 16-15.
Ayo Mako berguna Mako. Yuk, bisa yuk.
Are they gonna try and press stacks again?
What the fuck nih orang anjing di sini bangsa.
Anjing di push.
A safer position this time though. You see, actually, look at the pings on the map. Drx are 100% aware of the possibility. Angel's got to be careful here.
Iya ditandain anjing.
Yeah.
Do they re-clear both sides?
How diligently? It's not.
Oh my God!
He's absolutely seen him. The crowd gives away, as does the shot. Follows Buzz. Pins down Angel. They've outdone the mastermind, at least on the first step.
Itu padahal keren banget loh gerakan Yange tadi. Untung dia ngeliat ke kanan aja.
It's got to be careful here. If the Drx opt to actually pivot away from
Philip guys, Philip ini ditutup guys 17-15 cukup cok. Bukan kencing gua.
Ya, ke B lagi, B ya 3 anjing.
Oh nggak dicek kali ini dicek.
Menang cok.
They continue this pressure, continue the pace, but there's Zipper! Finding two on the way through as Buzz does at least slip the net. Finds shutting down what they're doing! This game is never ending! 16-16!
Zipan gak merasa harum ini loh.
Gua kencing dulu.
Itu transfernya itu loh. Bikin menang anjing.
How many times?
Zipan gak merasa harum ini loh.
I'm not even sure that. Where's RB's fragment gone? I'm not even.
Don't know.
It's been posted elsewhere. You can hear it ticking off in the back.
Itu kalau bukan karena Zipan kalah dia tuh ya.
From Zipan. He
Iyalah.
just switched on no contact.
Dia dapat satu aja masih kalah.
Unexpected if I don't flash.
Yeah, they might read that.
Sama-sama pengen menang anjing jiwanya. Kayak gini nih, yang cepet-cepet.
Padahal tadi pinter loh Drx ini muter-muterin mainin tempo. Ini udah kena ini dikit nih.
Ini udah mental ini.
Ini mentalnya lagi imbang-imbang ini.
Iya. Nggak overthinking itu loh. Yan, tadi stacking di B.
How?
Apaan?
Oh, it's just
on the second as well.
Kena loh itu. Kena. FPX are on the doorstep and they're actually in towards the side. It's just Buzz now.
Wah ini kalau FPX menang terus, mereka menang, sumpah.
And head off the shoulders, Zipan claims it. Plan gonna come in and Stacks and Zest. One towards heaven.
Whoop, ada yang nge-flank. Belum ke detect.
Space for Zest to set up this flank. The null command comes through. No utility for Zest here.
Ya udah GG.
Any chance for us to pull us in, sees nothing. But again, that's quite telling. Okay, spots one towards Gen. Stacks now needs to start making his step forward. Zipan doesn't quite have the active angle on it, but again, the positionings are great. They face all together. There's no way out of it for Stacks. It's 17 this time for FPX, the first time taking the advantage here in OT.
See what FPX can do with it. The pressure is mounting here.
Akan ada kejadian
now
wave
put in
lagi.
a position on the back foot coming into round 34. And a total pace change from FPX.
Yang kelihatan punggungnya, tapi tembakannya headshot ya, aneh ya. Anjing ya orang-orang ini.
Gamenya yang anjing.
Marco caught sleeping inside that smoke. And tucked in as well.
Anjing tembus tuh.
Alright, Artist actually trading out with Angel here. A 3-man stack towards A site.
Waduh, lu terakhir ngancurin pintu kalah lo.
There's some back no information though. The focus will shift slightly. Drx look as if they still feel good about this B split.
Teknya udah menang, Cok.
Obby and Buzz have to go huge here. Can they get the timing ahead?
Aduh, diulang lagi dong.
Angel's so close.
Angel's here. He's not bound though. Arby takes him out of the equation. And now they fight towards Show again. This guy is the ultimate fade. As now we're down to a 3v3.
3-3, Cok.
Spike. Spike's backing away.
Yang expect flashing itu.
Marco's on the floor. He's made a
Aduh, Marco sabun anjing.
going absolutely
Kacau, Marco.
skew. Smoke goes up. But the Spike is still getting away from
Stax has slipped away.
Stax is going towards A. Marco is just purely buying time, trying to keep him safe as long as he can. How much damage can Marco do? Zipan striding forward now. 3 players going back in from CT. Do they clear it well? They don't do it well enough. He gets 1. It's still game on, but Stax is still
rotate, kejar ya mas, jangan lihat situ.
Does he dare do it? Stax, the man himself. Glass gets broken, horn goes up. He slips away, has to fall back towards site, avoids the flash. One's already down on site, the second comes flying
Depends
in.
what HP.
The 1v1! Oh, Stax is 30! Horn goes up! He's looking for him anywhere he can, and the dance begins. And Stax goes huge!
The Red Bull clutch from Stax.
Lu deg-degan gak?
Bailing Drx out. And we go again.
Iya.
Karena nggak tahu di mana musuhnya ya.
Iya anjing. Oh shit, my heart is pounding, bro.
This is what it's about, Mike. This is it.
I mean, finally, Marco's in a position to find value from that lurk. Fumbles the first, but in my eyes, even just confirming the 1 there.
Cok, kenapa nggak barengan, Cok?
It makes it a little easier for Stax.
Harusnya break abis game ini lumayan lama sih.
17.
Kenapa ya?
Hope you didn't have plans. Anyone tuning in?
I'm cancelling my plans tomorrow.
Ya resiko, Cok.
I think you're probably right. At this point, FPX straight up middle with Sugetsu.
Ya mati, Cok.
Now,
Aduh. Wah, ini FPX menang lagi sih teronya.
no, Zest
Apaan mati?
still playing for this. Slow goes in.
Sumpah, menang lagi ini teronya.
Confirmation behind the wall, though. So actually, Buzz is going to make his way towards A side where FPX are collapsing
Look
now.
at the pace, the flash!
Oh my god!
How is Angel so spry? And how did he turn that? And how are FPX working this one out?
Wow.
Oh, the other one bulldozed up the site. Last 2 players. Stax and Zest this time. Surely you can't clutch it out again. They have no idea he's here this early. He's got 1 scot-free.
Oh my god!
What?
What the fuck? What a miss, man!
Stax done it 1 more time.
Apaan sih?
Itu ada suara lo pas turun.
They had no idea. They had no idea.
Man!
The cracks are starting to show. Some of these rounds are just ridiculous. What? How do you get away with that?
What is going on?
He's made it look like an Ascendant rank game. What?
Look at this man. Look at it.
That best man, that best gonna win this round now.
Ini mentalnya FX kena sih kalau kayak gini mesti goyang sih. Ya nggak sih?
This is one for the history books. Mark it down. Even if it's over the next 2 games, this has been something else.
FPX nih harusnya sih goyang ya.
A treat for those who thought, oh, I'll check out some Valorant today. I'll nip down to the event. And they get one of the greats. Artist going to be forced away from the first angle, but he's certainly not alone on the site.
And
they got pace behind it too, straight on in. All going to be shot, I believe. Buzz there, trying to play around it. Look for anyone out of position, but he's actually going to take the angle. Perfect timing on Artist with the punish. The fault's not going to happen. Shout for one, but only 1. Sight's now vulnerable.
Sabar, belum. Tapi udah getar ini, udah kalah. Tapi di Angel.
Gotta be careful though, because Marco's posted deep in B main. Could this be it for Drx?
Drx!
I can't believe it. They just have to make us a believer. The flash for him. Oh! He turns the flash. The traitors come out, but towards the side, it's RB to go down. Marco still standing, and Marco wants him done here. So Getsu says no. Drx. It's only about
Gila kan
one.
gue bilang,
But
Dead
my
Face
God.
buka itu tuh, itu yang buka
19 to
kemenangan tadi tuh.
17 against
Udah
Fpx.
keren,
This
udah
is a
jadi-
different
udah banget
DRX
tuh tadi
today.
tuh.
Wah gila.
Dia mau ngeras tuh ngeras ragu dari tadi loh. Ini udah muka, udah kita pede anjing, ayo kita udah unggul. Dari tadi kecapean nih.
Wah seru.
Wah gila.
Seru.
Ini match rasa final. Iya.
Final anjing.
Sebat-sebat keluar cok, ngerokok cok.
Straight up, and it may be for a while. Stacks made a damn good goal coming back in with
Anjing, Dead
2-1
Face.
in OT to clutch up.
Itu muka, itu komuk tuh yang bakal menangin tuh.
And it still comes down to those individual pop-off rounds.
Gila
Tapi
gila.
tadi lo, yang 1 lawan 2 lo, turun udah menang Fpx tuh
What an
anjing.
insane start to this. He ends up, I mean,
It's a lifetime ago.
like I said, it gets to the point where DRX just start defying logic. Remember this, how
Cok,
long ago
nggak
was that
masuk
scene?
akal, Cok.
Different series altogether.
He ends up with 36 kills on this. 10 first bloods.
Yang di penny udah kebelet semua. Gua rasa iya sih guys.
Iyalah.
1 jam bro. Berapa menit ya?
Don't forget about that.
Sejam deh kayaknya.
Habis nih harddisk ganti celana, Cok.
Sejam lebih nggak sih bro?
Ntar nih lihat nih bisa kelihatan
Oh
nggak?
my word, what an absolute marathon of a series so far. That's
1 jam setengah anjing.
And this.
Bikin main Dota anjing.
1 jam setengah.
Ini anjing sini, aduh.
It's out of this world. It's out of this world.
96 menit ya guys. Iklan dulu lah.
FPX dapat momen pas clutch-nya sini ya,
Harddisk.
Tapi si ini dapat pas 4 lawan 2. Anjing itu penting banget ini 4 lawan 2 nya.
Waduh, si Bas udah sakit pala loh. Ini sih fatal sih.
How's he gone away with that?
He tweeted out about the mouse earlier as well.
Brilliant stuff.
Pays dividends here in map 1.
Wah gila.
I mean, we got Breeze next time.
Like, help me. Help us. Send assistance. Because this has been one of my favorite series so far. This is only
hands down
map 1. There is so much more to be seen if they can keep to this caliber.
Wah,
I can't wait. Mike, is this
satunya
changed
serem banget ya.
predictions? Give me that brief.
Yeah.
Yes, no, is this playing to what you expected?
Ini favoritnya caster nih guys katanya guys. Selama series ini.
It's done. Alright, let's head out of here for a
Match
second.
ini.
Do not go anywhere. That was only map 1.
Wah, tapi gila sih kelas sih.
Tapi yang kasihan dulu ini bro, yang VCT bro.
Kenapa?
VCT yang dulu yang sampai jam 7 pagi. Rian ada nggak ya?
Ada.
Caster Indonesia capek banget tuh sampai jam 7 pagi tuh.
Semuanya 3 map.
Casterin kan. Sampai jam 7 pagi semua 3 map. Anjing capek banget ngekes sampai jam 7.
Ya yang mau kencing silakan guys, dipersilakan kencing, mau minum ambil minum dulu ya kan. Drx Fpx the first map like this.
Bentar. Ini kalau ini Laut nih lawan siapa bro yang menang? Menangnya lawan siapa dia?
Lawan Laut kan harusnya.
Harusnya sih ketemu ya abis ini ya 2 nih ya.
Iya kah?
Harusnya. Iya Drx lawan Fpx bener.
Kalau Laut ketemu Drx seru juga tuh.
Aduh gua pengennya di final sih Ian.
Iya ya.
Aduh.
Laut ketemu Drx, terus Leviathan ketemu Optik.
Gila, semua juga bilang cok, the greatest game of Valorant. Wah.
Ini nih. Oh iya bener Laut.
Laut
ya.
Ya
Ini kurang banget nih yang bracket bawah nih. Bracketnya ini nih.
Udah pasti Optik gitu ya?
Nih ini kan nanti lawan ini kan. Ini lawan apa dong?
Apaan?
Leviathan nih lawan siapa ya?
Leviathan ya lawan yang kalah dari ini dong.
Yuh. Gila yang bracket atas sih susah semua anjing. Empat-empatnya. Wah yang Leviathan nih berat semua ya.
Berapa map? Tergantung.
They are playing on the global stage. They get these absolute insane overtime games, and still somehow they always come out on top.
They just love Valorant. They just love playing Valorant. Yeah, Benkai, what was it like to watch that?
It was just amazing gameplay just from both sides. You know, both sides had such solid plans, like the mid rounding from the attacking side of FPX at the start. It was pretty good, I would say. Like, they had such a good game plan with abusing the rotation because DRX didn't have a chamber, so they couldn't do that fast rotates between the between both of the bomb sites. So you saw a lot of rounds where FPX would go to short, make a lot of noise there, try and force a rotation from them. And FPX's mid-rounding was pretty good, but DRX's late round was phenomenal against FPX. They just had the read on them every time.
I'm so glad
banyak
you
banget yang ngefans sama BNK anjing di ininya ini. Tarik.
Yeah, there was so much that happened throughout this match.
Gila, Bas 10 first kill, Cok.
This was an insane game. If you look back to the very beginning of this one, Zipan was so incredibly slow. He comes back and looks insane.
10 first kill.
Only one or two
Iya, 10 first kill anjing.
team has less than 20 kills. That's something I've never seen before.
Feels bad, man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean everyone was just
Gila, tapi Zest ini 30 kill ya.
And yeah, this time like oh my goodness.
Stretch it so it fit on the
Katanya hanya 2 atau 3 player gitu yang di bawah 20 kill.
7-5 and we were like, this is wrapped up for FPX. That's
Wah,
what I was like.
seimbang anjir, semuanya sama rata, nggak ada
What
beban.
makes this game so impressive because no one beats FPX when they get on the defensive side of Ascent. This is the first map at an international stage with their full roster that they've ever lost. And Benkai, you were talking about the mid-rounding. This was one of those examples from DRX.
Yeah, so it was this round where I wouldn't say it's like a fantastic mid-round call, but it's such a simple one, but yet effective. So they just broke the Sage wall on B, and they pretty much had the read to just swing all the way to the other bomb site for DRX, and they just had such a good read on FPX. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, and I mean, how fitting that it's Buzz that closed that one out as well, right? Like, this guy was looking like an absolute monster throughout that, but really it was everyone from DRX that stepped up. I think it was Buzz that got them over the line to find themselves in overtime. Once it got there, it was clutches from everyone, from Stacks, from the team across the board. But Buzz versus Artist was what we were exciting for, and this head-to-head really delivered.
I mean, it delivered on so many levels. Artist had insane moments. Buzz too.
Cukup lah menghela napas. Nah,
I mean, just look at the stat lines.
Damage per roundnya tai juga ya.
ADR is absurd. He had 10
hampir
first
buru
kills
2 ya
in
tiap
this
match ya.
game. Yeah, Artist was definitely going head to
Tapi
head against him. But
ACS
Buzz
tetap
delivered
paling
on the
tinggi
level.
sinnya
I think
Lady
there's a
sih.
reason why DRX was able to hang on in that
Enery.
second half against FPX, who
Iya.
obviously they had to
600 ya?
come back on, but
400
it looked strong too.
I mean, that's why the Korean J is so famous, and only like 5 people are gonna get this. But is Artist now like the Scouse chamber?
Derek udah nggak ada, aduh
Anyone?
gater.
No. Okay, cool. Speaking of Artist, here he is in the Verizon high-speed moment of the match. I'm okay with watching this like 25 times just on a loop. Can we just watch this like only this?
Ini Ardis anjing ini.
It's 3 more in just the most
Oh, katanya no, nggak sopan, nggak boleh gitu anjing.
and the crowd was loving it.
You always remember those moments where you're like, dude, I wish that moment had a crowd. I wish that, because you could see, I mean, that was already one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in a pro Valorant match, but the crowd made it so much better too.
Yeah,
and that was the dagger to bring it to overtime as well.
Yeah, and also after that, Artist was neutralized a little bit as well. He didn't get another opportunity to pop off.
In
the same
overtime,
way.
it felt like he got very little impact at all, and that was very surprising. And I think it was because Stacks had such good mid-round reads on what exactly he was doing.
I mean, it was a really nice battle of the IGLs. And speaking of the IGL, Angel is right here. He is right now in the AIM Lab shoot-around warming up. And Benkai, you're also an in-game leader. How good of a call do you feel like both of these IGLs
Gila, dia
did
nggak malas geraknya ya.
on that map?
On the first half of the game, like it was
Tangannya
pretty,
begitu
it
ya,
was going
megangin
pretty
mouse
well.
agak
Both
lain ya.
IGLs were executing their game plan pretty well, and then it hit that overtime, and it just felt like it just turned into a straight-on, like full-on scrim.
Oh, dibagi cok, crosshairnya cok.
Strats at each other until one of them wins.
64% anjing, gue liat dia pusing goblok.
Just everything kind of just gets thrown
Akurasi 94%, di paling naik sebelum.
Not necessarily to the meta or
Naik malah 95 ya, tai.
It's very much what have we shown thus far in this incredibly high pressure game, and what is something new that you can come up with after 30 rounds of play.
95% bro.
Trying to come up with some of those
Aduh
ideas.
kacau nih match nih. Lemes langsung anjing.
And they threw all of their utility out.
Gimana yang main ya?
Rotated really slow back to B. That was clearly not rehearsed. That was clearly not practiced. It was on the fly, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. Obviously, there was calls
Ini
that
mah apa,
did,
Bang?
but in overtime,
Oh
it's
iya,
win by
bener
2.
juga loh.
Don't have
Map
these
ini.
chances. That's the type
Lain.
of call that
Breeze.
Breeze.
It's going to be in his head the entire
Hey,
time.
did you guys know that we have another map?
Aduh ngantuk sih biasanya nih.
More maps coming up as well.
wasn't that map too?
And then Kai, of course, Breeze. I'm gonna have to put you on the spot here. I mean, when we were watching this, you said to me that you feel like FPX, they probably won't
udah boleh main.
from last time. Why do you think?
Udah main dari kemarin
Mana aja lu, Dru?
Udah 4 kali kali dimainin 5 kali dari selama ini.
Prex paling banyak ya.
Not everybody feels that comfortable, and I feel like having artists on that chamber on this on Breeze would be better than Sugetsu on Cypher. That's my personal opinion.
Wah, tapi FPX masih ketawa anjing, mentalnya hebat juga.
I know everybody wants to see it. I want to see it, but this is a pretty important match for FPX, so I don't think it's gonna come out this time.
I don't want to see it. I'll be the one to ruin the fun. I don't think it's ever looked good when they played the Euro on this
Kayaknya masih muda deh.
Bocil anjing kayaknya nih.
But I also like the idea behind bringing the Cypher. I think a lot of teams have been getting more and more value out of that pick. I just don't think it necessarily plays super hard to the strengths of FPX. However, they are a team that prides themselves on that adaptability.
Yeah, it's interesting because
Shout out sih buat Ardisan, jago cuk.
Specifically 100 Thieves, obviously they don't run it with the chamber too. It's a mixed bag. I think they played it great in the number of times they have recently, but then they went up against XZ, and that one did not look good at all. They got stomped early, and they just couldn't find anything from their attack side splits that they continuously found so much value in previous events.
We're into the Prime Gaming Agent Select here, and I'm hoping to see some new stuff, Mimi. I'm all for the new stuff. Doesn't have to be the Yoru. I just want to remind everyone that Angel also plays Phoenix. We've seen it in EMEA.
You're ruining me today too.
We've been here for a long time, Mimi.
If Angel has proven anything, is that he's willing to innovate.
Bang Bro, besok live main apa? Aku live di IDN guys besok jam 5.
TP plays that he made on the set to create
atau mungkin Valo, mungkin GTA atau PUBG, I don't know.
Omen on this map. I mean, Drx is going very standard, so you obviously have the upper hand here with the pick of going for Omen, but we've seen so many double controller players on Breeze in my mind, and
besok siapa belum? Gue live IDN.
I think though, when you mention the TPs on the set, maybe there's something special here for
ini Optic Liquid jam 9.
Cherry pick this
Wah, pas banget tuh ya. Bisa map 2 paling.
Yeah, this map is an example of that Drx switcheroo.
Aja,
Swap between who's playing Jet,
live ya.
who's playing Chamber. Now RB on the Sentinel. For FPX though, with them heading into this kind of new composition, it does mean we get Artist back on that Jet. We get the Artist Jet. It's kind of a treat these days.
Ini KDN, iya dong. KDN cok. Nanti gue live dulu dah sorenya jam 3-nya lah. YouTube biar pada pindah.
Knowing Angel, I think it's gonna be some just crazy individual plays. This guy loves just doing absolutely psychopathic teleports, particularly on that attack side, that it almost feels
main
like
Palo kalian temenin besok ya.
I mean, you were right, Benkai. No Cypher this time, but the Jet instead of the Chamber. Do you still like that pick?
I think it's okay. It's good that they have a agent that can dive in right now.
Main IDN.
The Omen pick.
Iya di IDN cok.
I guess it kind of works because
substitute
that with
GTA apa ini?
I think Chamber.
Masa gue GTA aja Lian anjing, Lian mau ngapain cok?
So I'm expecting
kita yang ada orang baper sama gua. Halo ya.
Halo ya. Thank you very much guys. Do you know what? We haven't heard enough from Pansy and Hypog. I think let's just bring them back in.
Pakai meta itu bagus, Bang. Tadi nonton kan? Buat entry, Cok. Gua pakai ribet lu, ranket train aja 55 ya kalau bisa.
Bro.
Enggak Bang Yan, bagus. Startnya Cok buat kita main ranked, Cok.
Chemistry dia sama chemistry kita beda.
Bego, Dru.
Lian.
Dia jago.
Besok sama Pablo sama Badrul.
Wah, Badru anjing pada bacok. Ini aja kill 6 anjing Badru bangsa.
Enggak. Gua pet. Nanti gua scan situ, lu pakai kayo.
Gua kalau kayo lempar biasanya kenanya temen sama gua sendiri yang buta anjing.
Nah, Bang Rian masuk. Nanti pakai Rena kan. Udah, pasti masuk udah tadi. Push Bimen.
Dixie ke IDN sendiri. Emang iya? Nggak tahu gue malah.
Sama Elsa dia, anak Aura.
Sama Hexa.
Elsa, BA Aura tuh.
Oh ya Dixie.
Udah mulai ya?
Mulai.
They're all okay.
We
talk about mental and those who fold and those who don't. I don't ever put FPX in the category of who folds. They get pissed off and they get even. So that's what we're going to see if that's the case. And already being proactive. And Drx surely have no idea.
Gak pakai chamber, Cok.
Quite diligent. Drx aren't big.
Anjing di push, Cok.
They're going to hear all of this. How has this happened? From a stroll on the beach to an absolute
Malah kena jebakan ya.
disaster.
Kayak ini nggak pakai chamber loh, ini nggak ada buat
Or was it
backstepnya ya.
just genuine luck?
Call it luck, call it intuition. Drx prepared for it. And FPX immediately making a statement. They want to be decisive here, set the tone. Buzz will find another, his third on the round. Sugetsu doubles down though.
Yeah, it's still Sugetsu, don't forget it for a second. Man's deadly, venomous.
Winnable, Cok.
Kok Omen sih emang bagus Omen di Breeze ya?
Get a chance at another. Can he isolate maybe one of these?
Kan ini.
The flash is caught him there. He looks dead.
Drx gak jelas Yan.
Stack's going to ensure it. It's round
Lalu
1.
bikin
Oh,
Epic.
with 2 kills as well.
Oh iya. Wah, udah ngantuk.
Makanya udah nggak ada chambernya gitu loh buat
The only
jaga
thing that
ininya.
almost saves that is the pinch coming out of B-side.
Jaga
but it's
backstep
so
atau apa
risky.
gitu ya nggak ada, Cok.
Enggak, dia
Drx
butuh
have only
buat
lost
nutup
on
yang jauh
Breeze
sih kayaknya.
once
Si
this year.
Why are you
Omen
tempting
nih.
fate, Statman?
Why are we putting that one up?
Come on! They've finally done well in like out of groups.
It's
You're
meant to
like,
be
what?
us that curses the game.
Drx only
But
looks.
FPX have had
Lord.
a colourful
That's
history on
Talk to me
Breeze.
about which colours, Jerry. Yeah, it is a little
A dash of red in
Habis
there.
nyoba itu.
Yes.
Wah, B-nya kosong, Cok.
There's actually a real possibility here, and I know this sounds a bit wishy-washy and we're kind of chewing the fat a little, but this isn't a stronghold for FPX. But I don't think they were thinking that they'd have to depend on this being a
Itu
stronghold.
bisa-bisa Ardis sih pembedanya
You see
sih.
what Drx have done in the past, and it's all fallen to pieces. Now, it's a different look. Already coming in here, good slight approach. We did see a little bit of a purchase here and then. Purchase is a little bit of an oversell, but it's Sheriffs and the Marshal, but no chance to get that chip damage.
The
Maybe
healer
work
lagi
down
dia.
a couple of players. So again, holding them back by the wall.
Menang udah itu kosong.
RB's gonna find one. Buzz is right there. Nice timing
Udah
on the
beli
swing.
Phantom.
No fuss.
Just 3 left to find out.
Oh kan
Ardis
Ardis.
going to find a headshot to Buzz though. That's the rifle removed.
Tetap blok.
Is that recoverable?
It'll be difficult to do so, but Sugetsu's headed that way. Stack's actually going to even numbers again. Marco will follow up. Just a matter of time. Sugetsu finds one, a consolation.
Dia ngambil Phantom tuh pas itu orang-orang.
Backside, I think RB's headed that direction. He does get it.
Okay, there we go.
So 3 carried across here, including the
Oke
Bulldog.
Kayaknya easy win nih.
So,
Good setup here, and actually
Yeah.
Buzz's early progress.
Udah,
Look at this,
menang.
one
Kalah
away from the
draft, Cok.
Bladestorm. We'll
Kalah
actually
draft
get the
ya?
Phantom back.
Ya kalau
Well,
If
draft.
that
Well, it's on the
changes,
sense, right?
if that changes,
Cok,
can
coachnya
actually
apa ya, Cok?
spread the
Iya,
funds a
main
little
di
bit here.
Omen
Actually,
ngapain
another
ya?
concern
Tapi
is
jarang
Stax
betul.
has got one off the
Ya
seekers already
makanya.
as well.
Kayak sia-sia nggak sih dia nutup?
I don't know.
Kayak tadi dia
She's on 2
ke
kills.
B kan, nutupnya.
Is there I mean,
Tapi
there
dia
is
punya
a-
dua itu loh, dua initiator.
Oh,
Ya.
Dia langsung ngecek lagi, gue udah bener belum lempar ya.
I get all my lineups from Reddit, Mike. Don't.
Dapat lagi kayak di observernya anjing.
Stax'
Oh,
timing window.
lihat anjing
Okay,
jebolnya
so
ke situ tuh. Di mid. Tunnel, Cok.
No, that's so much
Tunnel kan.
vulnerability in middle. Yeah, he's gonna go for it. Oh, you're so close! And the flash! Zipan set it all into motion.
Flash dari mana
He
anjing?
made him blind as well. They had no
Anjing,
idea.
Beautiful set
As
piece.
soon as he hears that owl drone, just
Enggak,
closing
jebolnya
in.
dari mana,
Big
Mang Mon?
call being
Kayu
made.
dari
A
situ tuh.
lovely quick work on the fly from Zipan.
So well coordinated.
Dilempar ke atas ya?
This time around,
Kayak ke
Agent
atas kan.
rewarded
Dari City-nya
by
dia.
early aggression. That slow burn at least.
Tiga banget sih.
He's going to try and retrieve one of these rifles.
Phantom loh.
Tapi ini bonus round.
Work their way onto a site.
So far, so
FPX
good.
now will slip back into
Ini
much
siapa?
deeper
Drx.
positions.
Yeah.
With a massive advantage here. Marco's still up though. Still got the wall to use.
30 seconds left.
Again, this it is a bonus of sorts still. So, I mean,
Suaranya masuk ya ke dalam ini ya?
Definitely. I mean, 20,
Iya,
29,
kan
50
gua
on Buzz
ngomong
and
tadi.
Zest.
Yep. So clear over by default. Gonna follow that up. Artist sitting quite deep towards the back of the pyramids. And Angel by sight. Sharp work from Artist quick as ever. 10 seconds now.
10 seconds left.
And they need more than this. And oh, maybe they got it!
Oh.
Stax!
Stax! How? How have you brought this to a 2v2? This was looking all but over. 32 HP, he's got Seekers. Yeah, he puts him in. He wants this round. He's going to know both the players. Shao pushing up from middle, but he's got a little bit of time to work with. Now it's going to be revealed. But it has to be so much work coming out from Marco as well. He has to be critical to this. Fucked in by the pillar. Looking towards the right, but look at FPX moving up as a pack. Closing the gap here. Stack's just going to be tapping in on this one, trying to maybe draw some blood, and he sees him! Marco's got Shao! And I cannot believe it again! DRX looked out of that round.
Man,
turn it right back through.
They flip a 3v5 when there's still so many bodies on a site. Stacks
We
goes
don't wait for
absolutely
chance, man.
nuclear.
We create the
What is
chance.
that 3K?
And at this point, it felt like it was done for.
What is that, Stacks?
That follow-up.
A beautiful post-plant setup as well. Marco on a dirty angle, playing close
Iya loh, main
contact,
Phantom di
ready to swing
Riz
off
ya
Stacks.
anjing.
Just love
Ah,
the
iya,
synergy as
emang.
well. No second guessing, not a second out of place. And rolling my back to the start of that round.
Dia pakai makro kayaknya nih Phantom ini.
Two freebies.
The flash coming in from Zipan that was just like picture perfect. Oh man, the caliber of game we're getting today. Wow. Already Angel going to be warded away early on. RB still very cautious in approach, and rightly so. We saw there was a moment in time there, but yeah. Sheriff's Chico coming out.
Actually, this Viper will once again, it's a little further to the left than traditionally
Oh,
invested.
buat gitu, buat dengan
A
tes.
lot to do here. Zipan tries to slip through the wall, but punished for it now, and Angel noted.
Yeah. Trying to get a little ratty with it, see what they can find here, FPX, but see if they can.
Zax's got a flash yet.
Do need to control this. FPX are still at the door. This is not as safe as you'd like. There are still very many dangerous players nearby. Lovely, lovely work. Stacks, he's feeling the game now. They had Buzz have that hot game now. It looks like Stacks is slipping into that mode now.
Timing.
Was light armor by this.
Timing.
The Sheriff certainly posed a problem. But
Apaan sih ini?
There's a man there. I found the one. They're so close by. This is such a weird round at this point. The DRX wanted to secure the rest of the site, but of course the timing. They start filtering through the other way.
One enemy remaining.
Flawless Prime Gaming.
Seal a 3K. Will seal the Prime Gaming flawless. Talk about the mental. This is a composed start.
Tadi juga kayak gini sih awalnya.
Stacks already two off the Seekers once again.
6-0 malah tadi tuh.
See it just completely mitigating the risk. Little bait with the spike plant. Want to make sure they have an extra kill in hand.
Stamina katanya.
Have to answer back. Round 5 now.
Ah, nih kelihatan.
Operator in hand.
Enteng ya.
Couple of ultimates coming online now. The Viper's pit available for Sugetsu. Might see that off the rip in A main. Yeah, they want to cement some form of map control.
My eyes are really.
Oh, smokernya dua, Yan. Smoker dua. Inisiator dua.
Now they could of course take themselves towards Tube. They look like that's going to be the case. Who's on the other side? Angel? Is he actually posted on this? Yes, he is.
They still have the drone and the Trailblazer to clear through this Viper's pit, but they might just walk Tube. And actually, Xiao's dropped down, so it's only Angel.
Jir, ketahuan nggak nih Angel nih?
Tapi sebelah juga inisiator dua kok.
Timing is not
Untung di cover.
Stacks had Buzz's back. Takes him down, and now everything's gonna fall to pieces. That Viper's pit not looking so good no more.
Wah,
Buzz twice on
gila.
side, where's the trade not gonna happen? FPX with the shutdown finally. Big work from Sugetsu and the boys for holding the line.
Kalau mau kayak gitu mending pakai ulti ya Yan ya.
Apa tuh?
Si Jetnya tadi, ya nggak sih?
Dia buta kena flashes kayak
Finds
gitu.
his fourth. Great recovery. I love DRX's train of thought here, though, to try and wrap behind that Viper spit, but as soon as the kill comes onto Angel, Sugetsu slips away from it. They're happy to give up main, allow that Viper spit to actually expire altogether eventually. You can see here the gamble from Buzz is different.
Oh, si Stacksnya udah keburu mati.
Terima kasih lagi.
Wow.
Decides the wrong way.
Iya, Yan.
Great hold though.
Bisa lagi di semok gitu, gue bingung dah kalau tembak headshot gitu. Buat tap 3 tap.
Which is completely different to that early lead on Ascent where it was scrappy and it cost them time and time again to repurchase.
Iya.
The question marks aren't removed.
Oh, tapi mereka udah expect itu ya, nunggunya di situ semua ya.
And an overheat, and not even in a bad way, but an overplay.
Kalau kita main tuh ya, pas kita
mah depan pagar.
Bukan depan pagar ya, kita tahanin juga ya.
Buzz wants this, he wants blood. Chasing
Ya temen yang mau mundur kita tahan ya.
Shao gonna pin down Stacks. Deep flash from Zipan, but they've already broken through by main. And you aren't gonna get away. Oh, Zipan, the immovable object takes down Buzz. And now the support system on the way. Finally gets taken out of the backside. Alpha goes in, not going to know as much. Spotting Marco now. And Sugetsu creeping on the back of this wall. Gets the reveal and the adjustment's perfect. Spike in the hands on the other side with Marco. utility invested towards main to try and deny that cross up potentially.
Just split RB is though.
Speknya dimakan nih bunuh.
Waiting for this wall to come back up. A decent window of opportunity here with the toxin.
Pas banget.
To keep it a little bit
more.
I don't know. I thought he'd be
Pas banget
left in tatters.
Gila saudaranya.
Do they read RB's readjustment? Is it more than a one and done spot? It looks like it is with RB.
Yeah,
Turns around
no.
expecting main, it wasn't. Artist pins him down, and now Marco left in the 1v2. We need clutches! And he's up to the first challenge for the second. It's Xiao,
Marco ada
man.
ulti.
Mike, it's Xiao though. This guy,
Jangan.
he is always so on the money with these guesses, with these gambles.
Pakai nggak sih?
Marco has no idea.
Oh my god.
Wah, di langit cok, deg-degan.
Around we go, Marco. The timing for Xiao. A terrible surprise for Marco. But it is Xiao after all, known for it. Clutches it out. And FPX make it to 2.
Anjing 1 detik.
Only one standing though. You get a little bit of a buffer here in terms of the finances. DRX will still be comfortable, but the ultimates
ditahannya di 4 lagi,
just
wah, udah
about
menang
going
FX
online
ini.
now. On the back end of the cycle. Stacks and Buzz. Stacks has already had 2
Coba ada
seekers before round 7.
0,01 ya divisnya kelas banget tuh.
Kaget dia anjing.
Kaget gua anjing.
Kaget gua
Xiao's
babi.
played it perfectly. I mean, right down to the wire. Was it 1.1 seconds left on that?
Pengen denger mic-nya dah.
Tour de Force and Hunters
Ini
Fury
muka-muka
not
anak
too far
Korea
away
nih
for
kurang
DRX.
ajar ya. Maksudnya ini game toxic kan. Tapi tetapnya kayak anak baik-baik gitu ya.
Iya.
Kalau yang EDG tuh kayak anjing nih kelihatan banget bejat.
Conceded.
Not yet. I am looking at the journey that Sugetsu's going on though. That's going to put a little bit of the fear in the back lines. And you're absolutely right. The audacity to walk out like that and clear that deep does slip back in, but
it tells FPX a lot.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, the fact that it's RB spotted, but they passed each other.
Yeah, you're right.
Does RB recheck
Mati
Cave?
jet
He's
dia
looking
nih.
this way. Oh my god.
He waited. He's not pulling the trigger just yet.
Oh, Sofanya
There it is, perfect timing for RB.
Sugetsu
Getsuyo
slipped
as well.
off.
Sugetsu was just slipping deeper. I mean, you had Artist pushed up in towards Cave. It was meant to be safe.
And Marco's got the Viper Spit now, so if they get free access onto site,
It's looking likely. Can anything stop it?
Wah, lu liat gak flashnya pecahnya pas wall Viper naik?
Iya. Setelah keluar dari wall Viper kan.
Iya.
just missing. Angel stuck the TP.
Get
He's in
out
the
of
back
here.
lines.
Get out of here. Zest gets the shock of his life and was meant to be a stranglehold is now slipping. And around the throne looking a little weaker as Angel now working on the back lines.
Pakai ulti dia TP anjing.
This is going to be so difficult to hold sight here.
They're trying to hunt down Angel. They want this guy gone. There's so many problems now. They're closing in towards this. And Angel, the timing could be perfect, but once again, look at them missing each other. And there it is. Lovely outplay. Angel does go down to stacks and now just one. DRX somehow. What a ridiculous round.
Kuat,
Marco was posted up. He was pinned into shop there. He couldn't risk
Nah, abis dia
dying.
feedback tuh FX ngambek lo
Actually,
tadi.
couldn't risk staying there any
Iya,
longer.
bener.
Either outcome, they lose the
Hati-hati
Vipers
lu,
or they
Bang,
lose the Vipers
Eta.
spare. Absolutely.
Bus yang mana ditandain lo mukanya lo.
Bus tuh yang paling kanan tuh kacamata.
With the fact that Angel stuck the TP.
Oh man.
Anjing lu kan.
Thought map 1 was going to be like,
CBO cowok, ini Ange.
Bisa omen.
Belum bisa operator.
Iya. Cuma bisa omen anjing. Mau apapun om.
Siapa?
Cosplay Matthew kah?
Angel.
Iya, Ange One. Ange One.
DRX we're seeing would not have been here. They would have crumbled long ago.
Ikut kurang sih guys menurut
You
gua.
saw them before. This is
Fanatik malah yang
The
bagus.
first discussion we had at the start of map 2, I think
Mapnya
actually
aneh ya,
other
kok.
events would be having a very different discussion, right?
Korean
It's like, well, playoffs DRX, yeah, they scraped through a victory on map 1, but the mental's going to be cooked, right? Because that was always historically.
NA mah
they just
lebih
fell to
pilih
pieces. That was
Asia yang
from a
menang Cok
macro
daripada EMEA.
standpoint, they just look lost. They ran out of steam so many times on the international stage, but I mean, if they can maintain this, a fantastic start to map 2. Stacks almost running away with this one.
Buzz is trying to keep up.
In every single round.
Yep. And you think of the critical kills he's got. He was the one who dealt with Angel when he slipped through that Viper's pit. He has been really.
I mean, he was the one to make that 2v5 possible on
Absolutely.
A side.
Big map for him so far. Let's have a look at how this starts. Already Artis right off the rip wanting to
They heard this.
have
Though.
influence.
So immediately the Viper wall goes up.
And they're going to apply the pressure. Now, Angel, can you handle it? You've got a lot of people coming your way. And okay, you're fine. Takes off Buzz's head. And Artist is now here. Say hello and say goodbye. FPX putting up the walls, trying to deny this round. Zest and Marco now in danger mode. And it is panicked in a 1v2. And the positions are hard to work against. Obviously, Marco doesn't know that Sugetsu isn't currently on the case, but...
Xiao's not checked this, though. Oh, he's looking this way now, but...
The timing. Okay, he's going to slip his own wall.
Aduh,
But
kenapa
then
sih
the
dihilangin
reclear,
itunya, anjing?
right? So you can have Sugetsu go, well, he's not
Oh, di
here.
map ada
So
tuh.
he's either like next to you or he's doing the same thing. Around the world he goes.
Actually, Sugetsu
Sama-sama nge-flank, anjing.
I think, has Xiao recovered a weapon there?
I feel as though they will
Sugetsu has, but Xiao's still on the... There you
There
go.
it is. Oh, it's just gone.
Now they just have a
Impossible.
dirty crossfire on this.
Yeah. And once again, if he had the spike, that could have been totally different. But now we've noted Sugetsu
Ya Allah, dia
has
ngomong
taken
lihat
that
kahanan
role.
tuh.
Lovely
Fuck.
response from FPX. Angel, got to say it, taking away the tip of the spear there. Incredible work.
And again, that's actually the first time we've seen a real example of the spacing being a little off on the side of the RX. I mean, it's unorthodox. Angel just tucks into a completely random smoke on the right side of sight. But again, actually, coming back to the composition,
Anjing Sugetsu.
it can be a little more reactive. Not as linear in terms of just relying on the Viper utility, the wall, and the Poison Orb being invested off the rip. So whether or not DRX actually make an adjustment here if Angel starts playing into that a little bit. I mean, the other side of it is obviously having that second controller makes it a little easier on some of these retakes. Just to have that extra utility.
They've got to be quite poignant in approach towards B, because again, we know that the backline will be pressured. They're putting a lot of faith in one piece of utility to keep them safe on the back lines, but already here's the pressure. This time around, you're going to see a little bit of a different approach here already. Trying to post the ult through. Buzz is in danger now. Down to 73. The flash is going to set him into motion, but he can't make any conversion towards Sugetsu. And FPX's backline look unfazed by this. And speaking of flanks, here it is. They are none the wiser.
Stacks.
The timing! Angel!
Wow,
you don't often get him making
Angel.
mistakes like that, and look at the rotation, Mike. It is instant.
It looked like a mini-map moment, honestly.
Knife in hand, looking at the top left of the screen. Yep.
RB's here pretty early, though, but he's only at double doors. Sugetsu, actually, on the backside of this.
Oh,
Puts the Viper's bit down.
Can he? Yeah, he's going to go spot the cross. I want to see if anything can maybe
Does he swing
allow
boxes?
safe passage. Anything to force him off this angle.
30 seconds.
No! So he's going to find it. Stacks is down. Spike back in hand, but now they have to plant a slightly different plan. The numbers now starting to favor FPX. The plant now in.
Zest.
Oh, Zest one front.
Get out of here, Zest. There's no way you're thinking about this. And Artist forced to fight now. Put into the 1v1 with RB, and RB bests him this time around. Now Xiao and Sugetsu working back up from middle. Put down by Marco, and one left standing. Sugetsu in a 1v3. And there it is, flanks on flanks. This game is just going to be out of this world.
Great recovery and great mid-round in there from DRX. As soon as that kill comes through on Angel, they know that there's space elsewhere on the map. And FPX have actually almost over-rotated on the back of Angel's deep flank. All the way past Beach once again.
Enggak, kayaknya jangan search dong.
And again, there's barely anything separates there. Stacks just coming back with the spike as well.
Yep.
Like I said, knife in hand moment. Looks as if he's just thinking
Probably
he's got a little more space.
Yeah.
High pressure scenario.
Oh, yeah.
The FPX, so they're looking proactive in so many of these rounds.
I can't even really blame FPX in this.
No,
They are making moves. They're making really good-looking choices.
It's a gunfight here and there that's separating them.
Finest of margins at this level, at this caliber of game. And Artist, well...
Has he got a shorty posted on the site as well?
Yes,
he does.
Yes, he does. You dirty little rat man. And RB wants him dead quick, which I think it was Marco who got him in the end. But the trade was there, actually. Xiao. I want to find Marco, but Stacks is positioning again. Look at this. Oh, dearie me. Stacks is just feeling the game. Line him up, knock him down. Stacks is in this, and DRX are up to 7. Mike, I thought this would be a bit more back and forth here, but DRX have been winning these critical rounds. They've defined the last couple now, trending in their favor.
They have, and honestly, for this to be playoff, Stacks is having one of those performances.
Yep.
14 and 5 right now. What's looking like Buzz in the first 10 rounds of Ascent.
Maksudnya apa itu?
And a smize on the player cam.
Udah.
3-7.
Sampai dicium-cium tuh.
And you can't help but love seeing Stacks doing well. I think we've all been on the journey of that
Nggak seru.
heartbreak that he's
Ya
had
susah
every
buat seru
single
lagi kayak
time,
tadi mah
right?
susah guys.
It's
Mapnya juga
quite something to watch.
lebar.
Mapnya
Iya,
gede
map lebar.
banget.
Having their moment on the stage like this.
Oh bisa gitu ya?
Again, it's
Kupiknya
far from over. FPX fans.
Anjay. Baru tahu
teams
kita.
got resolve. You know they don't get crumbly or make bad choices. They are the safest pair of
Anjing
hands.
kayak lagi
They're
mainan
almost
kan.
robotic in nature.
Iya anjing.
But
Nggak
they
jelas
are
lu
only
bus.
3 rounds right now. They are a map down.
Ada
Ada anjing.
Sesuai lu.
Takut pala gua ntar kena katanya.
Actually, as well, look at what's left in the bank here from FPX.
Gila tuh, ngemuter aja di belakang banget ya kan, bukan di tengah itu dia muter.
Be a massive problem if they lose out here in round 11. Marco won off the Viper's pit, so if they do get on, find a kill, potentially get this clean plant, it could be problematic for FPX in the retake.
I feel they've been breaking into this site. It's been held back. More often than not, this has been the toughest challenge yet.
Buzz ahead of the curve once again.
But Buzz
This
this
time
time,
gets the kill.
yeah, this time he succeeds, but
miss.
What?
Apaan lah tuh Phantom tuh?
Uncharacteristic miss, but makes up for on the second. And almost ready for the third. Oh, he's overheating here. He went back in for more. And Drx happy
Apaan
to
lah
challenge on
Phantom
all
tuh,
occasions. And now it's just Angel in a 1v3, and these positions are brutal to clear. Complementary spots in the post, and I've been saying normally Xiao has been good for holding onto these sites. He's been so safe. This time wasn't around. And I'm seeing those post plant setups. Marco a mile away, ready for it if necessary. You got a pop flash ready with Stacks too. He's got both of his flashes. There it is. Angel eats it, dips away into the smoke.
Bang,
Paranoia
belakangan ada bang.
response
Ada
comes
orang
in.
itu tadi.
Readjustment to the right. You know,
Itu ada orang
expected.
tuh.
Stacks is having a game.
Closes out
Iya,
another
udah.
round for Drx. And I'm
Bisa
worried
dibalikin
now
gak nih?
about the finances. Because
Nggak bisa ya kayak
down
Drx
the
ya.
barrel of a 9-3 half here in map 2. Again, the concerns really of the history here on this map for FPX. You look at the numbers, it's usually 5 rounds on their attack.
Wow.
And that leaves them
Ini
very
mapnya
short.
ini Drx loh, bro.
Iya, map Drx.
Iya,
Susah.
mapnya Drx. Susah.
Another ult cycle coming online for Drx as well.
Kalau ini kurang seru tadi soalnya terlalu seru guys.
Dia langsung
Benefit
ngeflick ke
being
situ dong.
Hunter's Fury, no command here
Anjing juga tuh
for
orang.
FPX. Angel actually opting for just a
He's
sheriff.
still going.
And,
He's still going. Angel has not stopped yet, and Artist is here. And they didn't expect it, but he doesn't get what he wants, and Artist falls now. Angel,
mati lu,
looking
Bang.
like a chocolate teapot out here.
Udah kestuck
Melts
di situ
under
mati lu bang.
Ya nge-lag gua.
the pressure, and now it's 3. Try to get proactive, don't blame you. Couldn't make
trying actually a decent tag on Hunter's Fury with a fragment as well to double up onto Buzz, but actually going to get that heal right back
Nice.
from Stacks.
Now the 3 players to get to Xiao, Zipan. What are you going to do with this? Uh-oh. Already position revealed. Buzz lets a couple of bullets go. Underhand flashes go far enough. Doesn't find what he wants, but
Nah lo.
moment in time working out here. And just
anjing.
blind spam from RB. It's good enough. And now getting a little panicked, a little worried. Zipan plays it forward. Hold on, it's still a 2v2. It ain't over yet. But timing is everything. And that's the one thing that FPX are lacking. They need to get on it, and they ain't gonna do it. Zest rounding this one out. I feel like we are on the verge of dreams coming true here for Drx. Mike,
Is
it
this
happening?
the one? Is this the one,
Is
Lauren?
it, of all opponents, if we put a weaker team here, people could have talked it down, said, you know, an easy path. You cannot ever underestimate playing FPX. You have to give them credit here. I am, again, just in absolute rapture in this game. Let's pass it back down to the desk.
Thank you very much, Pansy and Hypog. And I think you're right. This is why we believe in Drx. This is why every single time we come into the tournament, Mimi, we expect greatness from them. And what a half from Stacks as well to lead from the front.
We expect greatness, and we have been seeing greatness from Stacks. The newly reappointed IGL of this squad has been looking absolutely insane on this map. The sky is such a comfortable role for him as an individual, and he's been absolutely fine. The flashes have been good to set his team up for success, and as an individual, individual, he's been stepping up as well. And I mean, Benkai, it's on top of FPX having some really cool plays, and Drx still being able to counter it out.
This round in particular is a perfect example of you could have the best strategy in the world, and all it takes is just one cracked Korean aimer to ruin your day.
Korean, the best strategy in the
I mean,
world.
you've been on the receiving end of that, Benkai.
It was a really good half from Stacks and Drx.
Ada bahan dulu.
9-3 is
Ya, bro.
But then you also
Nggak ada bahan kursi doang, Mon. Bentar.
Bah, dari tadi lu duduk kan?
Duduk
Let's
anjing.
look at this heat map, and let's look at, you look at the stats in the bottom left, 8.3% win rate. They did only get one round against XZ in that entire half, but I want to look actually at the heat map. Look at these stats.
Apaan itu
Tell
take
me,
win rate?
what do you see? Because I see this is going to OT, this is going to distance, we're going to map 3.
I agree with you.
Is this some kind of like Rorschach test? Is this what I'm supposed to see in the tea leaves?
It's in the tea leaves.
You don't see the OT? You don't see the OT being spelled out right now?
I'm seeing it now. Maybe just now I'm starting to see it. But for FPX, this is going to have to take something big. They need to
I'm a bus.
forced to reckon with their same experience from Copenhagen. They lost their opener in the playoffs. They had to make a lower bracket run all the way through to win that event. And Drx is looking to dish them out the same fate here. This team is looking fantastic. It only takes a few more rounds, a few more opportunities to close this one out and kick FPX to the lower bracket.
Can they do it, Benkai?
This is my dad.
Yes.
Oh, okay, Benkai believes, but it's Pansy and Hypox, so we're probably going to go to overtime.
Enggak lah, nggak bisa overtime kayaknya.
Any other day, I might have agreed with you, but this does feel like something's in the waters. But it still feels fragile. It feels like you daren't speak of it because it might break. You know, it's that. Is this the day we see Drx finally break the curse? Finally push themselves forward. Against them, one of the best there is.
Ini yang kalah ke lower bracket, guys, lawan tadi Leviathan.
You could not ask for a
yang kalah.
Absolutely not, but mountains to climb here.
Iya.
In the second half.
Harusnya
5 members of FPX stacked up. Actually, the wall goes up very early on. FPX, no secrets about this on the way in. Aldrome will actually indicate it's looking like they're going to posture up. Actually, he gets to caught off guard elsewhere. RB the one to come through with a little bit of damage there.
Buzz goes up, check.
Okay, Marco's countered it.
Apalah Buzz nih.
Buzz gives it
a
a
tapi kepala semua.
Angel now 5v3 to get to Artis and Chow. Paul now in the HP looking dire, but Zest is the one to take out Chow. And now it's just Artis.
Anjing yang di hold di push cok.
Iya anjing.
Against it, but it doesn't matter. Surely not this time. Falls to the knees, Drx. Pick up the first in the second
Kena
half.
low HP seperempat HP tadi sampai.
Iya cuma di pushnya itu gila bro.
He saved him, man. He saved him.
Buzz just has so many people to shoot.
Drx.
Marco swings through at the perfect time.
Oh my god.
That could be the nail in the coffin, Lauren.
Look at this saving grace there of that round. That could have really changed.
I want to see what the decision making is here from FPX because
what do they go for? It's double digits against you.
10 kills.
Spectres are coming out.
Yep.
They want to try and make a push here in round 14. Drx with 3 Bulldogs, so they can almost mitigate the risk here by playing distance. The wall goes up instantly though. Drx is going to be primed for this push.
It didn't catch a second player. RB's unnoted so far. And if
Angel's
Saxon is
top.
caught in their attention, RB, he's going to find Artist, doesn't stick around too late for the second, but knee enables Stacks to go for the swing. Zest as well, in perfect unison.
Sudah selesai,
they
sudah.
are crumbling before them. Drx.
Dia force buy tadi ya?
Couple of rounds away now.
You can hear the crowd getting behind them now. What a swing back here. FPX pumping the brakes now. It will have an opportunity to ride this through.
Aduh, kakaknya cantik lagi.
Lah, ada kepiting,
gue baru tahu nih.
I mean, any other
This
day
is
of the
looking
week.
like the Buzz and Stacks supremacy in this series.
And what a lifetime in the making it's felt like for these guys to finally get that really strong foot forward. We've been seeing glimmers of it, but with Jaden, we've seen them in the past in the group stages.
So many times.
Yep.
And actually, this is the one event where actually you think back and always the historical talking point is who do we get on for, Buzz or RB? And that's
Di mana DC
the
mana?
biggest one here is
Di
actually
sini.
the previous
Lu
map.
tidur duluan lu. Iya, gue ketiduran gue enak banget kan tidur jam 1 atau jam setengah 1 gue tidur enak banget.
Iya. pivotal parts of the map.
Dipanggilin.
And even here,
Gue PC gue nyala bebakin.
that's even with
Iya,
stacks
PC
at
nyala.
17 and 6 at the top of this.
Tapi enak banget.
Everybody delivering here for DRX.
Oh yeah. No one's
And
quiet.
that's what we've missed.
13-3 udah ini mah.
It's been weakly.
Iya, udah
Has been-
cukup.
There's been pressure points that you could really get into. It looks like a 5-man strong team here, and this looks like 12 is
Rombeng nggak muncul ya
about
apa-apaan
to be
nih
edged on the board. Now we wait.
Tidur deh kayak bangun pagi
Through,
itu
did
dia.
see in one of the previous rounds, Angel being quite good at doing damage, but I think they
Jangan
had a little bit more
lupa
of a purchase behind that as well.
Copenhagen.
Purely.
Iya.
It's just so much harder to
Bisa
do in the
jadi,
attack
tapi lawannya
zone,
kerat-kerat nih kali ini nih.
Again, the ability to play range here. It's key that actually
Nggak ada
noted in
harapan,
the
Cok,
previous
beda.
3 Bulldogs on the board here for DRX.
Nih masalahnya lawannya disiplin beda sama Paperx. Lawannya Paperx suka throwing anjing.
Looked pacey, and it did still continue.
Udah berapa kali sama FPX ditungguin aja pas throwing terus ya.
Enough respect given there, they're going to fall back towards the box. You got Zest there towards stairs as well, meaning that one player will be pretty alone on the side, but apparently the cavalry's got your back. Only Sugetsu to draw blood so far for FPX as the line holds. DRX. Only one more to find, and they're on 12. And Sugetsu.
Ente.
So many players around
Wah,
now.
jump shot tuh.
Can he get any more? Absolutely not. Marco wants 12, but he's got it. 1 round away.
And there he
There's
is.
the man himself,
The
Canyon.
OG.
Truly one of the OGs of esports right there. And a man who's believed in this team the entire way through now. 12-3. This has been a lot of hard work potentially paying off, Mike.
What a polarizing map too as well. Like I said, the mental fortitude to come out swinging here on Breeze after what has to be an exhausting ordeal on Ascent.
Yeah.
And DRX still playing with that confidence.
Ordeal's the right word. And FPX, no cowards to this though. They face and they stand the music. They walk up middle. They take the fights they want. They play with heart. All on the line. DRX now making moves. Shao gonna catch the first. An overstep from Marco. Can now apply more pressure towards this A side. It's Buzz pretty much alone. Zest deep towards CT. Overwhelmed. And this is FPX regaining that composure.
Couple of oversteps here. RB will respond. Again, even here with the scoreline, look for damage.
Dia nggak lihat tuh lewat.
Make it as difficult as possible for FPX to build up any sort of bankroll. Else we'll find a response, so. Stacks and Zest left to find.
Again, we talk about financial scenario. A lot of these issues with FPX are, you know, ingrained in this side now. So I'd love to keep 4 alive. Build towards those ults even closer. Dreamy stuff. But exit being watched here. Zest can stick around. And he gets rewarded.
Wah, dijagain mati semua.
Want to keep 3 up here, but they need to get away from the site as well. So there's 3 holding the line. Okay, they're going to keep hold of 3 of the rifles.
Anjing cok stucknya sama ikutan.
Bulldogs purchased in round 2.
Miskin.
4 members of DRX.
Tabungannya banyak sih. Nggak mungkin curse kan guys.
Gak lah, 12 bukan curse.
Tapi kemarin siapa ya 12? 3, 12, 4 di balap.
They want to try and get ahead of this.
Dari 12 ke 3
Drx yang comeback.
Iya, Drx comeback, cowok. 12-3, 12-4 lawan siapa ya, Yan?
Lawan Laut ya?
You have to question
Laut apa Leviathan gitu?
coordination, the discipline.
Harusnya bukan Leviathan ya.
Laut.
RB and Buzz in unison. They've walked mid. They have so much early round information here.
Wow. Certainly a different look now from those previous
Sumpah
rounds.
gue pengen makan lagi.
Yan, tahan Yan. Gua udah ngantuk anjing.
Hold a little bit of this med presence because it looks like Buzz is
Lawan Furia.
He's got Hunter's Fury.
Mon ini
the rotation here.
nasi kucing enak ya Bun.
Tapi nasi kucing harus keluar Yan.
Iya sih, lebih enak makan di sana sih.
Lu di mana sih, Bekasi ya, Yan?
Jakarta Timur.
Yeah, he's absolutely seen it.
The pings come through, yeah.
They're calling for rotation. Zest is getting a wiggle on, but again, Al's getting quite close to this. They're right on the doorstep now. Aldron comes in first. Real true indicators of presence. And comes in. Look at the pressure already coming down. Buzz over by the door. You're gonna have all that towards RB. It's a trade out.
Baru mau minta foto.
Start RB. Barely standing. Remove. Gone. Zipan's got him dead. Now it stacks Marco and Zest. 3v4. Plant now comes in. FPX get the post plant they wanted.
Wah, yang post plan-nya. Sugetsu yang post plan-nya itu, Cok.
Good trade for Zip.
Oh, masih ada saw ya?
Remove stacks from the equation, leaving Marco and Zest. And the read wasn't wrong. The read was not wrong. But the positioning great. And Marco needs to respect this. 3 still standing. FPX do exactly what they needed.
And it's actually crazy in this slow work early on. The null command pins RB.
Gak mungkin lah, 12 sama.
Actually great use utility as well. Just completely overwhelmed.
Cukup lah, udah lah. Ayo, abisin yuk Drx yuk.
The door swings open.
Apa bro?
So many things to worry about for RB. And he's got an operator, right? So it's like, you pick one.
Yeah,
and even then it's a straight coin flip if you're getting traded or not.
Yeah, it was no way out of that. So really well considered. Curious if there was a direct note of the money and the likelihood of that coming through, or just simply a very diligent approach from
You got to assume so from Angel.
Yeah.
Right, to be in control in terms of
McFlurry ini goda banget.
Wah, enak sih Yan.
Apa topping Oreo ya?
Iya.
Iya.
Aduh. Apa-apa gigi hitam-hitam tapi enak aja dimut.
Parah.
Wah.
The next person.
Kan Oreo tuh bikin hitam, Cok.
Iya.
Don't. It's only 2. It's 2 rounds. They still got this. Caution to the wind. They throw it in. Buzz straight towards middle. Quick fight, but doesn't get what he wants. But RB looking to be the one to maybe capitalize. Dealt with. Artist gets him down, and now things looking more open and available. This is the thing with FPX. They never look like they're losing. They still put up such a big game. They don't, cower away. They don't become quiet. They still play the big matchup. You're going to clear Marco, right? You're going to clear Marco and Zest, right? The underhand flash, Marco eats it, but just crazy. He's still fine, he's still standing! And now it's just Sugetsu! This is the round it happens. Sugetsu now, the 1v3 to stay in this matchup. And then does to the landing. And it's from Tears in the Rain to Singing in the Rain. Drx.
Vamos!
Breaking the curse on the stage.
Absolute madness.
What a game.
To topple the reigning champions in fashion like that.
What a game.
Like I said, for map 2 to be so one-sided as well. Buzz again delivering.
Mentalnya gila ya.
And it's one of those things, it's just the human element. We don't care which team wins, really. There's no
ngeledekin Leviathan ya?
You've got to be happy for them. You've seen them hitting this marker time and time again. Out of the groups, it looks bad. They may have converted games, but it was never looking good. It would never have been against FPX.
Tak bagian yang bacot tapi bisa ini ya, skillnya ada.
At the crucial moment. So like I said, this matchup, you come into this.
Cosplay jadi si botak ya guys.
Especially what FPX have shown here and the previous event.
Absolutely. And they're in fine form. None of the players look sloppy or off their game. You had Shao, Artist, Sugetsu all looking real sharp in this event. Angel's been popping up as well. Some big looks from them. You are not facing a weak opponent at all. You would argue they had the hardest task, and they've succeeded.
Absolutely delivered here. Shout out Stacks as well. Stacks and Zest here on map 2. Worth their weight in gold, Drx. As I said, the amount of emphasis the Drx put on these opening engagements on Breeze, they absolutely ran away with the early round.
They did. And part of me does feel this game was won on the first map, really. This feels like that emotional high, that absolute marathon those boys have been on was one on the first.
Yeah, even so, and just to come back as well, I was talking about
how
exhausting that
Drx.
one is.
Cakep banget anjing yang baju putih bangsat.
Someone like Angel in the roster, he is so important in these sorts of situations, right? To dig the team back out. It's not often, right? But backs against some FPX, some of the scariest players to play against. But
yeah, I think you're with you, and this is something that I think was very telling, even towards the end of that game there, with a couple of the rounds that they got for the FPX side. They're one of those teams that always look like they're not down, they don't play out. You have Angel, big IGL there, but on the other side again, I'm just so happy for them.
Tapi Drx di PUBG Mobile kurang ya.
Yeah, literally, at last. We've gotta keep going, but...
We've seen a glimmer of hope in the playoffs this time around.
Yes, it's carried on.
I mean, I made this last time when we casted Drx here in Istanbul, I said, if they can maintain this form, it will be the best Drx we've seen on the international
stage. Juga dia.
And that's a statement
Siapa
to
aja tuh?
that series with versus
8 orang anjing.
Fantastic stuff.
X Argen.
They're not coming into the playoffs, you know, with that elimination match every single round now. They at least now
they get
got a little bit of room to breathe.
It's not much. It ain't much, but it's something to work with. And first time to get to see that, because we've said it before. Time to players when it goes well. Obviously, you're on that high point. When they're in the elimination,
Okay, guys.
you're on the scrutiny. Okay, the curse is back here again. We haven't seen
Iklan dulu,
much, so
iklan.
this could be a whole different time for them. And I don't know what DRX looks like at this point now.
Oke guys, buat teman-teman terima kasih yang udah nonton dan nemenin. Besok kita bakal nonton lagi. Tapi jangan lupa teman-teman satu hal dulu. Besok jangan lupa mampir ke IDN ya guys ya. Jam 5 aku bakal live di IDN guys. Teman-teman Laputa Familia, teman-teman viewer. Jangan lupa nanti nonton ya guys ya. Ramaikan IDN guys biar kita kontraknya diperpanjang guys. Oke. Biar apa? Biar bisa beli sepatu guys, biar nggak kayak bapak-bapak. Makasih hari ini bener-bener fun banget, streamingnya juga seru banget menurut gua. Karena dari tadi nonton MBA juga seru banget ya. Terus juga hari ini nonton ini tadi match satunya gila banget. Jantung deg-degan, bener-bener dapet feelnya, dapet banget kayak into the game banget. Keren. Hari ini menyenangkan guys. Thank you teman-teman semuanya. Gua Pablo, izin off dulu. Gua bakalan ke Anang sebentar ngobrol paling habis ini. Ntar teman-teman bisa ke live-nya Anang ya. Oke guys, gitu aja. Thank you teman-teman semuanya. Gua Pablo sign out bro. Bye bye.
Get ready. Champions has arrived.
Live anjing.
Apa?
Oh barusan live dia.
Mixi.